Hello, everyone, and welcome to Veil Torn. And I believe this is episode 13. And we have a special guest with us. Obviously, Distracted Elf has been on Roll For It before, but I'll give you a little intro if you want to tell people where they can find you at, what you do. Don't tell them about your character yet.
I won't. I can't spoil it for you guys yet. But
That's true.
so hello, I'm Elf. You can find me at Distracted Elf on Twitter or Distracted Elf on Twitch, and I do streaming and role playing game stuff and writing a role playing game. Actually, that's the big thing at the moment. It's called The Gloom Beneath, and it's dark elf politics in the land underneath an apocalyptic sky.
Are you going to send a proposal to Roll For It so we can run this? 'Cause that sounds...
Yes, actually, absolutely, I will, and I will DM it for you.
All right, I'm in.
Nice.
Let's do it. And of course, we do have some things that we have to get through. First and foremost, we want to thank our sponsor today, Roll20. If you are interested in playing tabletop games virtually, or card games, or just games and anything you want to do virtually with your friends that's tabletop oriented, hop on over to Roll20. You can make custom sheets, you can make card game things, you can make all kinds of maps. It's pretty exciting. Their new lighting features are amazeballs, just redonkulous. So definitely check that out if you're interested. And of course, we do have some merch. You can head on over to designbyhumans.com/shop/roll4it to get yourself some merch and rep the Roll For It brand. And of course, we want to thank our supporter today, Hero Sheep. Bah! Thank you for being an awesome supporter. And of course, toss some roll love in chat for Hero Sheep. And if you want to become a supporter like Hero Sheep, you can head on over to our Patreon, where you can get access to all kinds of goodies. And if you're a legend tier or above, you get access to a private GM'd game, which Kai is GMing some right now, and they're affecting the world that we are in. And I've heard they've been doing not good things.
They have been doing great. It's the stuff that I'm throwing at them that isn't doing the good work.
Oh, okay. All right.
They are smarter than me.
All right. And of course, there are all kinds of other goodies over there. Like, we have our character sheets out finally. So if you want to see the updated, leveled up character sheets and watch today, Kai's like, you guys leveled up again. No, I'm just kidding. You can head on over and check them out over there. Some people have not even shown all of their level up stuff that they have. So if you, want to get a little sneak peek, check it out. And next up, Kai will be sending some custom items. So if you've seen some of the custom items that we've gotten, I think some of them we haven't maybe said all of them yet because people want to use them when they come up. But you can go check those out behind the scenes on our Patreon soon. And of course, there are other ways to support us, like becoming a sub here on Twitch. If you have Amazon Prime and you haven't used your Prime sub, it's free. You could just give us your Prime sub. It would be nice. But when you subscribe to us, you get access to the VODs in advance, as well as some fabulous emotes. And if you're a YouTube member, you get access to some of those emotes as well. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or a Patreon supporter, you can get access to our private Discord, where we have a conversation, and you can tag us and chat with us over there. We know not everyone can support us in monetary ways, so there's lots of free ways to support us, like watching us here live on Twitch, making clips, because you can only do that while we're live. We love the clips. Thank you so much for the clips. I don't know if there's going to be dolls again. I'm not sure if we're making another waifu for Mentala here. It could be. I don't know. But Chad is asking. And of course, you can watch us over on YouTube, subscribe, like, and comment, and follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and like, share, and retweet. There's actually a tweet post right now. You might not think that it does as much, but everything you do, tweet, like, comment, all of those things matter a lot. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to our wonderful game master, Kai.
So we're going to start today, as we do with every session. The cameras up in the clouds swoops down onto the train tracks, following it we see the defense car of the train going through 2 storage cars and into the seating cars. We see our heroes sitting together in a booth with solemn looks on their faces as Kyoko is holding this gun that was given to Chuck by Giovanni. The vision fades from her eyes as the realization of the world around her floods back to her.
And Kyoko just kind of like stands there for a moment. I'm not sure what Chuck is doing at the time when she comes back to. You're muted, sir.
Darn it. Chuck is looking out the window, and as soon as like Kyoka kind of comes to, he starts getting up and turning to walk towards the back of the train.
And what kind of emotions am I feeling from Mr. Chuck?
I think this is the first time you've kind of seen a look of defeat on his face.
Hey, Chuck.
Huh?
You all right?
Nah. You know, there are souls that weigh on me for that man. And yet he's the one who pulled the trigger that changed my life. On top of that, I save him, and well, I imagine all he can see is the fact that I blew off his ace's arm. Money. It's all I am to most people is money. You know, I built everything that I have from nothing.
And you should be proud of that.
How can I be proud of it when all that follows me is death and destruction? And false promises and false claims.
If you want to look at the glass half empty, I think you've done a lot of great things. Not just for you, but for the people around you.
It's hard to see it that way. He kind of looks over at Izuka, looks at Mentala. I think I need some time. I need some time to figure out whether I'm worth it.
Well, if I have any voice in that, I think you're worth it. But your time is yours. You choose how you want to use it.
I don't want to make a fuss. But I'm going to take Betsy and I'll be back, but I need some time to reacquaint myself with who I am and who I want.
Well, when you're done contemplating all of that, we should have a chat.
If fate would have it, I doubt it's unavoidable if you're saying it.
Well, you'd be surprised. Even if I say it, sometimes it doesn't happen.
Keep an eye out for men.
Why's that?
I kind of stole a decision from him because I didn't want him to make it. Between the people and the nature that, well, I guess is his birthright for what he is.
Well, see? I think you're already telling yourself you're worth it.
Yeah, maybe. But maybe I've also been overstepping my entire life. And that was just another time.
Depends on how you see it. Every step we take takes us down a different path. And I suppose it depends on if it's the path that you wanted to go down, or if you have to backtrack.
You know, it's hard to remember the choices that I've made.
Because you don't want to remember? Or because...
Because I think my choices are clouded.
Clouded by... Sorry, my cat is just losing it. He's chucking this fish up in the air and like screaming at it. I apologize. This is such a serious scene, and I just can't keep it together because he's
Going ham
yelling.
in the background.
We pan over for a moment and we see a catfolk on the train just
Just
having
like
the time
chucking
of
a
their
fish in
life.
the air. And just he like shouts at it. He like throws it in the air and then he runs over and he just yells at it and then he picks it up and checks. I don't know. He's weird.
As you see the cat off the side, a chef comes around the corner. No, Mr. Puff and Fluff, please, please, please. As he like grabs the cat and like brings them back.
Well, Kyoko, you have my word, I'll be back. Whether it'll be the same Chuck that's leaving right now, or maybe have a different insight into myself, we'll see.
Well, I think you're going to be the same Chuck with just a different look on life.
We'll see.
Look,
We'll see if I'm worth the metal that I carry with me.
it's important for everybody to change, to evolve. If we stay the same for the rest of our lives, are we really living? Are we really learning?
Yeah. Change
But-
is the only constant.
You can't change the past. What is done is done. And even when you try, it just messes up other things. Take it from me. But what we can do is control what we do in the future and the decisions we make, the fate that lies ahead of us. Well, to some extent.
Well, right now, I feel like I'm only bringing danger and distraction. And until I get my head figured out, I think my weaponry is useless for us.
Well, you take the time you need, Chuck. But remember what you just told me about Mentala. I think it's not just destruction coming your way.
And with that, he'll kind of nod and then turn and walk towards the back of the train.
As you walk towards the back, Red is kind of hanging out near the doorway. And as you walk up, he kind of looks at you and holds out a hand as you see this bit of coal starts to form into his palm and coalesce in the center of this giant earth construction elemental.
Change is not always bad.
As the coal forms up into the center of his palm and condenses into a little diamond, he like drops it in your hand.
You never cease to amuse me, Red. Give a rich man a diamond.
No, that's just really compact coal.
Yeah.
See, it changed. It's a metaphor.
I get it.
Yeah.
I'll give it to Betsy for you. How about that?
I don't know about that. I don't know if we're at that level. Sure. Sure. Yeah.
As you walk through the door and through the first storage car into the second where Betsy is stored, you swing open the large rolling doors off to the side. And you kind of have to plan this a little carefully. You are driving a car off of a moving train. Go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check. Since you are effectively doing some acrobatic stuff with a car.
Oh my gosh.
As you spy hunter jump off of this.
I'm imagining all the ways this could go wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Same.
There was some engineering that was done where I can use the harpoon gun embedded in the grill of the car.
To do what?
Basically, if the moving train is happening, I have to move slightly backwards and go as slow as possible to fall off the edge and gain speed. Using the harpoon gun, it can help boost me forward so that the car doesn't lose control right away with the speed of the train.
Which direction is the harpoon gun facing? Forward or back?
Forward.
Okay. So you want to back off by shooting something that connects you to the moving train forward.
Correct. So that I can
So you want to
speed
connect to
up.
the moving train and go backwards and be dragged?
It'll give me the momentum so that it's not anyway.
You want to fire a blank. Because you don't actually want to shoot a harpoon with a cable that's going to connect you to a moving train. You want to, like, Ruby style, poof, shoot yourself with, like, a gun off of the train to give you that boost of momentum to land horizontally. Because what I'm seeing right now is I'm going to shoot a harpoon into the other side of this train as I go off of it to then be tethered and dragged.
Yeah, so the harpoon is you embed it into the car of the train.
Okay.
So that as you back off, it makes sure that
you're going
you
to
don't
keep it
lose
tight
as much momentum.
right at the beginning. to
Correct, and then
go
it's
off.
gonna pop.
Okay.
And it'll pop off
Like
shortly
winch
after.
it, like winch yourself
Got
down.
it. Okay.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
my mind, it was go off as fire forward.
No,
and
no,
then just
no,
roll
no,
cage.
no,
Okay.
no.
All right. Sorry for
No.
me overcomplicating things.
Chuck is very intelligent, all right? I might not be, but Chuck is.
Is Chuck? What's Chuck's in? No, I'm just kidding.
All
It's
right.
a
Go ahead
14.
and make an acrobatics
pretty
with
smart,
a
yeah.
+2 for the usage of the harpoon.
All right. Let's just hit the acrobatics and see how we do. All right, so it's a 20 total.
Okay. You look outside, you wait for like a small patch of planes to be coming up. You time it just right and rev up off the back. The harpoon disengages like a wench. You go out horizontal and you land. There is a bit of a bump and you feel a little thing shift. Betsy takes a little bit of damage, but nothing that you can't figure out or take care of yourself with some time. And you drive off into the distance. Everybody sees outside as you suddenly see Betsy fly off into the planes, fishtail a little bit. Chuck expertly rebalance everything and going forward off into the distance and kind of stops for a little bit as Chuck gathers their thoughts. You have this moment of, well, I really hope we can get back on the train. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and that harpoon definitely did damage. I'm not paying. I'm poor.
You guys do hear a thunk as you look out the window and drag. You see with Azuka's eyes as the little front end of this harpoon is sticking out the wall, just kind of off the side. And it's very noticeable on this side. And somebody else in the car just kind of like turns their head around as this elven woman is just very confused about what's going on with all of you.
I immediately look down at the table like I have nothing to do with this.
Wow. Well, Mauryan, would you say anything to that?
Would I say anything?
Would you?
Probably not.
Okay. Then
It's just like, okay. Like, whatever.
with that, the camera zooms in on everybody, passing around all of the somber faces as we fade into black for the moment. So, a new day begins, as the rest of the previous day was spent in contemplation, eating, relaxation. The sun comes up over the horizon as Kyoko, I need you to make me a reflex saving throw as the train lurches as the brakes in one of the cars malfunctions.
What the? Ooh. My mic went weird. It was also like, what the heck? All right, reflex save. 26. Take that.
So with a 26, you roll off of your bed and just 3-point superhero land like a fox with all of the grace of your spiritual animal.
I am in fox form. What? If I look out the window, like peek up, do I see anything?
Looks. Roll a perception check.
Okay. 15.
It's a nice view. You have some mountains in the distance. You have some rivers that you'll pass by. Wonderful trees. Very green in this area. You do see that up ahead is a mountain, like a swooping mountain range that you do see like a tunnel entrance that you guys will inevitably be going into, but it's hours off. Well,
So the train isn't stopped, it's just slowed down.
yeah, it felt like there was a large lurch as some brake pad had activated in the last car and kind of held, grinded for a little bit, and then you heard a chunk, tung, 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 as something dislodged.
Oh, is Azuka sleeping?
Yeah, I was about to ask. I'm gonna choose to fail my reflex save. And I think I roll out of bed, like end up rolling and slamming into the wall, like fully headbutting the wall before. Oh, okay, okay. What happened? I'm up. I'm awake.
Kyuko will scurry towards you and like kind of nudge you and then open her mouth like, is it okay if she talks to you?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know. I don't see anything wrong, it looks like. It sounded like something dislodged. Maybe someone's trying to steal a cart.
Again.
Again?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You were kind of asleep through the whole thing. Remember the automatons? They tried to steal like the power.
Oh, right.
Power supply
That wasn't
last
an
time.
entire cart, though. That was just the energy.
Yeah. I guess it was like again someone trying to steal something from the train. Now, do you want to check it out?
Yeah, we probably should. Maybe wake Mentala too?
Yeah. I'll go get Mentala. I'm actually. I say that. Is Mentala in the same room as us? I can't remember how we split the rooms up last time.
So each room does have 4 beds. So
Okay.
Now I'm
Bunk beds each
imagining
side.
Mentala just sleeping on a bed, like in the middle. It's like tiny little thing.
Yeah, if there's 4, then I'm in one of them, which means probably when it lurched, I just rolled like from one side of the bed to the other, but didn't make it off the edge.
beautiful.
Hey, Mentala. Mentala.
What's going on?
We think something got dislodged or someone's trying to steal a car or something. I think we're still technically security, so I think we have to like check it out.
As I like scoot to the, I'm definitely on one of the bunks. I like scoot to the edge and I'm like, oh, okay, fine. And like just get myself ready and get up
So as you guys get up, get ready to go and check out what happened in one of the cars, you open the door and you see Tara, the small dwarf, walking by. Going, if it's not one thing, it's another here, you know? Just walking by, has a huge wrench over their shoulder. As I open up the door to the back, you guys, go ahead.
Kyoko is a normal form now. And she'll just be like, what happened?
I do not know yet, but I'm going to go and figure that out right now.
Would you like us to join you?
That would be very lovely. Thank you.
All right, then. And Kyoko will, like, pick up Mentala. And
Okay.
follow.
Then as you guys follow behind, you get to the defense car.
I imagine Red was like probably on one end of the booth, or if not, then in like a neighboring car where there's space, and I will have woken him up and brought him along.
As Red lumbers in behind you guys, he actually as you see, as he stretches his back, like little bits of like cobblestone actually crack, and he gets this like pseudo spine of these different sized rocks that just like have shattered upon. He goes,
Oh, that feels better. Yeah, okay.
as he stomps behind you guys make your way through both of the storage cars, seeing in the second storage car, two people kind of huddled together, one human and one elf, discussing this business of theirs. Being like, if we can get this person to sell to us, it's going to be, oh, hi guys, how you doing? As you walk into the room, Tara just walks right past them, going to the defense car and goes, oh, well, that was the problem. As she goes down and she's like, there's the roots from that darn whatever it was back at Chicago.
Yeah, no, the Dryad. Okay, so no one's stealing anything from the train or anything like that? Nothing, no suspicious people around, right? I can go back to sleep, right?
Well, if you find any use for this, as she like, punk, and you hear this crack of wood, and then you hear the brakes re-engage as the wheel starts going in, and she pulls up like a full bark wolf head. You're like, I can't believe this actually stayed in there for that long. It's been like a day.
I turn to Mentala.
Do what
Do
you
you
want
want
with it. I don't want it.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, tosses it off the side of the train.
Okay. Never mind. If it gets tossed aside. What does Kyoko feel when Mentala says that? Does he look like sad or disappointed or?
Oh, he's miserable. Normally he would probably be standing in your hand. He's sitting and he's just kind of sulking.
Okay. She notices that.
The natural exuberance of the sprite. A little faded today. So with that, you have the full day ahead of you. What do you guys plan on doing with your time?
Well, looks like you can go back to bed if that's what you'd like, Azuka.
Yeah, probably gonna actually meditate for a bit, and then maybe eat. I'm actually kind of hungry now that I'm awake.
All right.
Yeah, I still get unlimited food here because of the deal we made, so I'm definitely gonna eat my fill. If you want anything, let me know, because again, unlimited, so I can get everything if you want, quite literally.
I'll take some eggs. Mentala,
Okay.
you mind having a little chat?
I'm not doing anything else. We're just on a train.
Kyoko will find, you know, sometimes on these like luxury trains, they have like a little spot where you can like sit and there's like kind of more loungy spaces. Kyoko will try to find one of those spaces that's more isolated for the two of them.
So there is, you can either be, if you want to be alone, you can be the storage car that doesn't have the two talking about their problems. There is, let's see, there's an observation car that does have a little bit more elaborate setups for comfort. There's definitely like full-on benches that are just facing the windows. There's sections of each corner that have like little booth seating.
Ooh, yeah, I think she'll do
you'll be
that,
able
like
to-
where they can face out the window. I like that vision.
Perfect.
Casino.
So you all make your way through the train. I believe, Azuka, where do you go to meditate?
Probably go back to my room, the room we're sharing, especially since everyone else can be leaving. It'll be easier for me to concentrate.
Meditate. I don't think he's doing that. Like out of character, I think some other shenanigans is going on. But in character,
What could
sure you're
possibly-
meditating.
So, as that is happening, you guys are walking through the train. Azuka breaks off. As you guys pass through the sleeper car into the observation car, you grab yourself a corner booth. And if you want to, you can make a perception check to see if you are fully alone, if you would like to be, or if you just don't care who's around you and rather have a private conversation together very easily.
15.
I'm not gonna roll.
Cool. Then you guys end up in this corner. Red kind of pops in and just goes,
Is this one of those? Don't bring the Eidolon conversations, because I don't want to, like,
No,
get in the way.
you can be
I
here.
don't wanna-
It's fine.
I don't want to cause a rocky situation.
I think Kyoko giggles at that.
as he does that, he kind of puts his finger forward and like pokes Minton, goes,
Huh? 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 Huh?
I give him a tiny fist bump on the finger.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
like, poof, and he dissipates.
Well, that wasn't a very enthusiastic fist bump from you.
Yeah, no. I just don't know if we did the right thing.
Do you ever know if you're doing the right thing? Sometimes
Well-
people do awful things for the right reason.
Sometimes you can see the future. You do know the better options, at least.
What's to say it's better, though? Is that up to me? My perception of what better is?
I don't know. It wasn't. I grew up hearing all these stories about the Fae and like how beautiful a place it was, and how everyone around me, all the my parents and all of their friends, they all wanted to be back there. They all missed it. They all got exiled for one reason or another, and then they got split with the tear to be even further away. And all they would talk about is how great it was and how they missed it and how terrible everything was here. And then I finally find a little piece of it, and it all goes wrong.
But that's it. Just a little piece of it. It's not everything.
It's not
Here's
a
the
good start.
thing. You can't judge a whole nation on just one person who comes from there. The things you heard from your family about the Fae, there's some beautiful places and wonderful creatures.
So, at that point, in the brief gap in the conversation, a voice speaks up from like behind you. So you're like facing the window, right, or in like a little
Yeah.
booth. I'm sitting on
So
the
these private
opposite
sections.
side, like facing the other direction, basically. Hadn't noticed the elf sitting back there. And a sort of croaky voice speaks up and says, "Plenty of terrible stuff over there as well. It's not all bad here."
It's true. The Fae have plenty of terrible things, just as much as they have good. Same here.
Pining for one won't get you the other.
Agree. The grass is not always greener on the other side. Kyoko. And Kyoko will turn around and offer a hand, like
Yeah,
very
over
much
there.
like this.
Yeah. So,
And-
so she hasn't turned around. She's sort of still facing the opposite direction, but when you move, she like turns and like sort of looks, but you can see immediately that she doesn't seem to be able to see like her eyes are like clouded up, and she looks like she probably doesn't like make eye contact, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
But she takes your hand as if she knows exactly where it is, and gives it a little like shake and says, "Mauryan."
Do I get any feelings or visions as I shake Mauryan's hand?
Well, while that is happening, Mauryan, why don't you describe yourself?
Yeah.
Tell us what Kyoko sees.
So what you see when you peek over the bench is probably like averagely heighted elf. Very pale of skin, very like pallorous. Dark haired, cut relatively short and like tied tidily. Her, like I said, her eyes are sort of clouded over. And she's dressed in a very like drab fashion, not much color going on there. But it's like a jacket over a like loose dress, basically. And what look like sensible boots.
Mintala. And I think normally, any other day, Mintala would like leap up onto like Kyoko's shoulder and like extend his tiny hand, but this time he just stays sat. I imagine he's like sat on the table. He casts a mage hand to shake Mauryan's hand.
Yeah. She again shakes back, like the weird magical grasp.
What does your mage hand look like? Is it like a red hand where it's like another construction elemental that's more of a ethereal vision? Is it your hand but larger? Is it pure arcane energy? Like, what is your vibe with that?
I never thought about this.
Says a lot.
I always like my magic to be rock themed. I think it's it's a bit like a more like Red's hands are very like chunky and rocky and like, only hands by certain definitions. This is like, it's the same material, but it's more properly formed into like a normal hand shape.
Ooh, like smooth almost, but like pebble, like pebbles have
it's like you've taken Red's big chunky hands made of just like blocks of gravel and brick stuck together, and you've like sanded it down till it's like a hand. So it's like like a texture, but it's smooth instead of
okay, yeah.
Gravel.
You have instead of like tarsal bones, you have these like rebar structures connected between gravel and cement joints that is going up and wrapping around these loosely connected pebbles that have the form of the palm that connect together, that all seem to be tied together with this mortar and concrete hand, filed down to be perfect.
Do I get a vision or feel anything?
Go ahead and roll me your occultism, your psychic resonance.
Fortune telling or the
Sure.
occultism?
What are you going for? Are you going for emotion? Are you going for the future?
Ooh. Oh, that's hard. I think future, present, past. I don't know. Something along that might be interesting.
Let's roll for it.
28.
Oh.
When you touch their hand, you have this burst of dread, and you see yourself looking up at them, staring into their eyes, smiling, having a conversation, and then fire, rock, darkness, death. Gone. And you're
Lovely.
snapped back out of it, and you have this bead of sweat that goes down the side of your head.
Is everything all right?
Her body language completely changes. You can feel her heart rate, boom, 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 starts spiking, adrenaline kicking in. You smell the sweat.
My sweat or?
Mm-hmm. You immediately get like a cold sweat that goes down like this side of your face.
Kyoko will kind of let go, but in like a almost not trying to be rude. Like she's trying not to be rude, but she's also like trying to be like, I don't like what's going on right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank
it's
you,
like,
please.
It's like a gentle like, no. But she's trying to be polite about it. It's fine. I sometimes get little spells.
I understand. I didn't mean to interrupt the conversation. I just, well, let's just say that there are. Well, I did mean to interrupt, but that's what they say politely, isn't it?
It's the same with the I didn't mean to offend, but then continue to offend you.
Exactly so.
Yeah.
Now, to put a finer cap on my point, I think there's more opportunity here than there ever was there, no matter what you've lost. There's plenty of terrible, awful things that can happen in both places, obviously. But I felt like stagnation had set in a little, It's a little more interesting.
You were in the Fae?
She gives a shrug like, I've been around a while.
Are you from here or the old world?
She thumbs as if back there,
I was as well.
Oh. Well, then you know as well as I do.
There's good, bad, ugly, beautiful, in both places. Well, I don't know what it's like now there, but I imagine it's something similar to this.
I would say it doesn't matter. Not to us here.
Well, it could. How do you think we got here to begin with?
It's getting all very existential, isn't it? I didn't mean to drag it to that place. Suffice
Sometimes
it to
that
say,
happens.
pain passes and loss passes, and then you're either empty or you're full again.
Well, I don't know about stuff in the past. I don't have that much of a past. Everyone else does. They're always talking about what the tear did, what it took from them, what they had before, how good it was. I was born after the tear. I don't know any of that stuff. I just know that there's this whole place that I don't have that I was supposed to be in, and I never was. And then I get a little piece of it, and it tries to destroy everything that I already like here.
What makes you think you were supposed to be there? You were born here.
By the way, I think during this conversation, I've gotten up and I'm walking around to be not reaching over so I'm sort of standing in front of you.
As she walks around to get better position for the conversation, you guys see this another elf off in the far corner that has this very I don't want to say exuberant, but ornate weave to the braiding of their hair, and they are kind of moving their hand almost like a conductor or a maestro. And there's this paintbrush that is going almost telekinetically, like with a mage hand, over this artwork. And they're just painting this lovely painting of the scene in front of them. And then come back to the conversation.
Born after the tear, I believe is what we were on. I'm sorry.
But Kyoko was saying what makes you think you don't belong here or do belong there or whatever.
Yeah, she's what makes you think you were meant to be there, because clearly you were born here.
I just I stand up on the table and I just gesture at myself and I'm like, terror or not, sprites aren't meant to exist in this world. We got added in later.
You're here, you exist. I think that's silly.
Well, I think that's silly. I think we're from the Fae. That's where we're from. We're just not there now because I mean I don't even know what it was my parents did. They never talk about it, but they got exiled and they ended up in the old world, and then they fell through a hole and they ended up in this world, and we're just getting further and further away from the world that we were made for.
I think you're right. Personally, I'm supposed to be here. It's but where are we supposed to be? We all carve out our own little piece of everything, and that's the only way any of this works, isn't it? You've got to put a little bit of effort into shoving your way into places you don't belong. If you stay where you just belong, it gets very boring.
Some people
As
like
that is said, the door on the far side opens up as the conductor walks through with a very polite smile, just kind of looking over at everybody, walks through the remainder of the car and passes through.
I think there's an equal room for both. Some people never leave where they come from. They stay there, they bask in what they've had their entire lives. And there are some that seek adventure, seek trying to find something new, something different. So it doesn't really matter where you're from. It matters where you want to be.
People are do what they claim. And if you decide you don't belong and that saddens you, then the only thing you can do about it is something. Anything.
As that finishes up, the conductor walks through the door and goes, "Excuse me, I can't believe, I don't believe I can find Mr. Chuck anywhere."
Right, he took a little walk, you might say.
And do you know where he might be? I'm trying to account for everybody who is supposed to be aboard the train.
Well, he's right where he's supposed to be.
And yes, where would that be? I am trying to locate the man, just to be sure that we got everybody after the rough start to the train. I just want to make sure all passengers are accounted for.
I think where he's at, you're not going to be easily able to find him.
He drove off the train.
He did
I don't know
what?
why we're being evasive.
Excuse me? As he walks through the door, going back towards the storage car.
I think it's more fun.
Fair enough. I was just getting bored of the conductor.
Enjoying a conversation that much.
It's more
What are
interesting
you doing
than
here,
where's a
anyway?
man I know where he is. What am I doing here?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
you're heading in the same direction as us.
New York. I'm trying to make as much distance between myself and the problems I created as possible. And that requires being on a train and going as fast as I can. And that...
You're cutting out a little bit, just so you know.
Oh, sorry.
Trouble. What problems are you creating?
You speak to the wrong people, you make the wrong agreements, and sometimes it's better to make a quick exit.
Was it in Chicago?
That is where we're coming from, isn't it?
Well, probably for the best then. I don't know what's going to happen to that place now.
Nothing
we-
good. I can say that much.
I think we started a war between the city and a tree. Not sure who's going to win.
Out
If
of
I know
context.
anything about Chicago, it's that the city always wins.
As this lull starts to happen, you hear over the megaphone, "All right, we're now going to be getting ready for the dining experience of today. If you would like, the chef is preparing something special."
I'm sure Zuka's getting whatever that special thing is, times 3. Our other companion.
Oh? A glutton?
Someone who enjoys a good food.
So a glutton.
I suppose you could see it that way.
As that happens, 4 or 5 different people start to go through the door and walk through, all having this chattering conversation. You see 3 of them are looking over a book together, and they're talking like, okay, so if we change this, I feel like it'll flow a little bit better. As they're going through, and this one married couple holding each other arm in arm, going through, just, this has been the most relaxing experience ever, and just like walking through, and they all go into the dining car. As the door opens, you do smell this wonderful meal being made as it kind of wafts through for a moment.
Does smell good, admittedly. I think I will partake myself.
Well, enjoy a good meal then.
She sort of gives a little nod and heads off in the direction of food.
Feeling any better? Kyoko says, kind of like leaning closer to Mentala.
Not particularly.
What would make you feel better?
I don't know. Maybe it's just time. I gotta think about some things.
There's an awful lot of thinking happening on this train. And off the train, apparently.
Everything just went really wrong really fast, and we had to make some decisions, and I don't know if we made all the right ones.
Do we ever know if we've made the right one or the wrong one? I think it's gonna be all right.
Maybe if I just found the right things to say, I could have persuaded them to stop attacking.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Like I tried showing them that there were good people in the city. I showed them your friend Elizabeth, and how she hadn't done anything wrong, and there's no reason for the tree to hurt people like that. And I think the tree just decided to make her a target. I think I just made it worse.
As that happens, the door opens up and Tara walks through. She's going, oh, these splinters. As she's walking through, goes into the dining car.
You can always try to say different things, think about what could have been, should have been. But what happened, happened. And you tried your best. Not everyone is reasonable.
I just thought maybe they would listen to me, but they didn't care.
Well, they stopped for a moment, right? So they tried. But deep down, I think they had made their decision.
It scared me. I thought if I found something from the Fae, it would feel like home. But I was just afraid.
Oh, darling. What is home to you?
I don't know.
What do you want it to be?
I thought I wanted that.
You thought you wanted to be in a place where anybody who doesn't do as you want deserves to die?
I didn't think that was... Everyone always talked about it like it was so perfect.
Like I said, what you saw there is only a glimpse of what the Fae is like. There's so much more to it. And if that's really what you want to see that, explore that, there's still so much more to see.
as this pause happens, the conductor walks through. I can't believe he just drove right off the train. As he walks forward through the car and into the dining car. And as the door opens, this is not what I had planned for today. As the door closes.
I guess there'll be more chances. Maybe it'll be different.
Maybe. Maybe not.
I just thought I knew where I stood, I guess, and where I wanted to be. And now I don't know.
Well, I will say, I'm happy that you're right here.
Being on a train is pretty cool.
It is. And I'm still surprised you didn't want that wolf head.
It didn't really remind me of, things I wanted to think about.
Fair enough. But imagine what you could have done with it.
Sure, but like the less things I saw those things doing were attacking innocent people after I failed to persuade them otherwise. It's,
Sometimes they're taking something that causes destruction and hate and making something beautiful out of it. Well, feels real good.
And I'm not one for big ornaments, really. Me and Red travel light.
I think Red would beg to differ.
Think he could, wear it on his head?
He could have. Or maybe like a chest plate.
Probably it's pretty strong for wood. Yeah, maybe that would have been been in armor on him or something.
See, now you're thinking the right way. That's the mentality I know. Well, let's
As
get
this
you
is
some
happening.
food. And I think Kyoko will scoop him up and we'll head towards the where I'm sure Asuka's got a feast.
So, as that is happening, as you leave the car, you do walk by the artist whose hand is conducting the paintbrush, and you see it is actually a still life of everyone that was in that train car. You see Mauryan, you see you see Mentala, you see Red half fading away, and they're just kind of capturing this moment. As you go in, it is immediately more boisterous as people are talking all over the place, food going every which way. Azuka behind the bar handing out things with the half-elven bartender from before, and them kind of working together, and you'll see Azuka leave to go get food and come back in other ways.
Here you go. You wanted the egg and
last
bacon
chapter
cup?
was amazing. Go. Oh, yes, we could get those supplies. Be great. Okay, hey, so,
Awesome.
Man, this is just terrible. Sir, can I get some more of that? That was delicious.
Of course. So it was the egg and bacon cups for you, right? Or was it the walnut loaf with apple butter? Sorry, I'm working with a lot of people, so I don't remember what exactly it is you want more of.
There's walnut loaf with apple butter? Yes, I would love some of that, please.
Okay, yes, of course. And I'm going to head back into the kitchen and come
Did not
out
see that on the menu. He's just
with that. Yes, honestly, I'm kind of winging it. I don't know what's on the menu. We're just kind of doing what we can with what the ingredients that we have. Hey, Kyoko, Tyler, hey.
Kyoko will wave and kind of slide in. Well, I think you've got enough food for the entire train.
Oh, that's because I'm quite literally cooking for the entire train. They needed help behind in the kitchen, so I offered a hand.
Well, isn't that kind of you?
Yes, also, when I cook, I taste everything anyway, so it's kind of honestly more of me just getting to eat as I'm here anyway. Do you want anything? Ignore the menu. We're just kind of winging it.
I'll just take some eggs. Nice and simple. And Kyoko will look around. Does she see Mauryan anywhere?
She does not.
Okay. They said they were headed this way, so just curious.
Ooh. Tyler, do you want anything? Again, ignore the menu. We're just kind of winging it. I'll tell you if we can make or not. What do you want? What are you feeling?
I just look around for like a plate of leftovers because like I don't need a little bit. I'm just gonna have that, and like I hop down onto like a plate that's like, someone like left half of it, and I'm like, this is like food for 2 days for me, and I just like grab a chunk.
It's probably like a maybe a cinnamon roll, probably.
Yep, perfect. I grab just like a slab. For me, like it's like just the end of one roll. I just like cut off a section, and it's just a slab. It's like a cake.
Yeah, and you see Azuka's in like the classic chef getup, like definitely not what you wear for like making like brunch, because I think this is like a brunch kind of thing. Definitely not what you wear for making brunch, but he wants to fill the part. But yeah, they're behind they see that you wanted eggs, Kyoko. He'll be like, okay, I'll get you some eggs, and rush back into the kitchen to start whipping up some eggs for you. I think all the way I can hear him like shouting orders and other stuff over to other people working in the kitchen, as you see just incredible array of foods. And I think Kyoko would notice this, because I don't know if Mintana has been to the Sunrise Diner, but I know the Delicious Sunrise. But I know Kyoko has. A lot of the foods are just foods that Azuka has made in his diner with his parents. Like, it just kind of made those with whatever ingredients he could has access to here. So you see a lot of, like, of course, the classic well-known French toast, what comes out to some people who ordered it. Egg and bacon cups, the walnut loaf with apple butter. I think it's pronounced palmiers, which is French, I believe, which is like cinnamon rolls, but a bit more savory, sending them out.
I'm so hungry again. I hate you all.
It's at this point during the like flurry of activity that Mauryan does enter from the other side of the car, like further on, like back in to come and like sit down.
I'll
Kyoko
come out
will
with eggs, sit down.
when they see you. She's not sure if you see her, but
she does
she'll
not
shout.
wave back to you, but there is like an acknowledgement of like you've been noticed. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There's a
When she
clear,
sees that, more
nod
she'll
and
she'll shout. She'll like, Mauryan, you're welcome to join us if you like.
Why not? Why not? And she sort of pushes her way through the busy car over to where the group is assembled, and meeting eyes with Azu for the first time. Well, not meeting eyes, I guess, like indirectly acknowledging Azu.
Yeah.
For the first time, she says, "You must be the glutton."
The glut.
I said you liked food, and that's what they came away with.
I don't think I'm much of a glutton. I eat what I need. I just need a lot.
You were mischaracterized then. That's
Yeah, no. But yeah, I'm Azuka. Nice to meet you.
Mauryan.
Mauryan. Okay.
I
Are
was
you like a friend?
I rudely interrupted a conversation between your two other compatriots.
Oh. We tend to make friends like that often, actually. Yeah. I'm gonna set the plate of eggs in front of Kyoko. Do you want anything? Again, ignore the menu. We're winging it. So just if you want something.
Mention of a special that.
Yes. No, I can get that. I wanna dip into the kitchen again as Drac looks for something that is worth being called a special online.
Ain't on a train? That's a lot.
It is on a line.
Kyoko will just say to Mauryan, like, well, apparently our friend is not only eating, but also cooking.
Are you employees of this, or?
Not employees, but I think they just enjoy cooking.
Nice of them to have found their niche, I suppose.
I suppose.
We're sort of employees a little bit. We're running security for the train. It's part of the deal.
How interesting.
Just like we don't have to do anything unless something goes wrong, and then we might have to deal with it.
Does a train like this require a great deal of guarding?
It did get attacked once. Before Chicago.
For that.
We dealt with it. It was fine.
Chicago. Very well then.
Yeah, we dealt with it fine. We go all sorted out. It was just a misunderstanding, actually. Everyone's friends now.
A misunderstanding train attack. Interesting. I would ask for more details, but I think my food is arriving. She like.
And you see Azuka hurrying over with I've tasted this before. Very nice. Spicy Spanish eggs. It's called and they kind of set that down in front of you. There you go. That's the special.
She picks up a fork and like picks at it in a way that can only be described as like spear jabbing. And then like tastes it, and it's clear that she is of a blander palate than this implies.
I think we need a
mean?
cooking roll to see how well it actually tastes.
Let's go for it.
Yeah,
Roll
give
for
it
the
to me.
spicy Spanish eggs.
So I need to roll this, right? Okay.
Maggie, you
I'm
started
known
eating before this.
I mean, I eat my breakfast, but then you make me hungry for my lunch.
19 on my breakfast roll.
All right.
Ooh.
I mean, it's tasty. There's absolutely no denying that it's tasty, right? But
Yeah.
she's just the kind of person who would eat plain bread. You know what I mean? Like, like she doesn't appreciate the level of expertise you put into it.
I feel like if you would have rolled a 3, she would have liked the food.
Maybe, yeah.
I didn't put enough spice in there, but they love it.
Too much spice.
There's a brief chewing. She swallows, and then she sort of nods and says, like, delightful, in a way that suggests that she doesn't have a great deal of appreciation. Yeah.
And you, Azuka, somebody who probably tastes as they make, know that you're like, I was spot on with the cayenne. I feel this is great with,
It kind of just like politely smile, but I think honestly, they're not great at hiding. It's kind of clear in their face. They're like, delightful. It's way more delightful.
I think, and in between this situation, Kyoko, who is eating eggs, is kind of grinning because she can see the awkwardness that is happening between the two of them, that they're both trying to be polite. But she's not going to say anything. Just enjoy the situation, the chaos.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you want anything else, let me know. I'm gonna be dipping in and out from the kitchen because I gave them all recipes that not all of them know how to make, so I need to make sure they're actually doing everything right. So
from my own curiosity, actually, I'm interested. Why are you all headed in this direction?
we're just heading to New York to pick something up for a friend.
Pick something up for a friend.
Well,
It requires
they're
a
friends.
whole entourage, does it?
Well, traveling across the country is a dangerous thing.
True enough.
Yeah, we came all the way from LA, so it's been a whole thing.
Long way then. All for this one object?
And for the adventure. At least for me, that's how I see it.
Ah, so you're more of a travel for travel's sake.
One might say that.
Well, I wish you luck in your errand. I think I might go and get some rest.
Oh, you didn't finish.
She leaves like a 3/4 plate of eggs, yeah, and like moves to stand, and makes her way without much more than like goodbye. Makes her way like to the other, not the end she came from, but the other end of the car, back the way that like we all entered previously.
Towards the sleeping cars.
Towards the sleeping cars, yeah.
Yeah, when they say that, they're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna get some rest," and kind of like it almost feels like a judging tone. Could I sense motive or like?
You can try.
Yeah.
You can most certainly roll for it.
Nice.
That's the name of this channel. Said the thing.
Comes up so casually in conversation, okay?
Said the secret word.
Credit.
In a game about rolling dice, we do roll for things often.
We do have an emote too. I'll spam it. Where is that? I don't think I have sense motive on here actually.
Sense motive is just perception.
It's
Oh, okay.
perception, yeah.
Yeah.
I do have
Tui
perception.
groups things together.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
different. 19. We're on a roll.
You just sense I would say a motive of, I'm kind of done with this conversation, to be honest. And, the food wasn't that great.
My awkward politeness is wearing out. Yeah. Like,
Gotcha.
I've expended my spoons.
Mhm.
Fair. I think with that, Kyoko relaxes a little bit. There's just been some stuff, so that's why she was like, interrupting us. Then what? I don't know.
I get it. I get it. No judgments.
She'll finish her eggs.
I would say with your history of people around you guys, there was no particular, I'm looking at anybody, I'm focused on anybody, I'm not like eyeing Azuka up and down trying to gauge how I'm going to murder you. It's none of the things that you guys have experienced in the past. It's very much a passive neutral. I'm just kind of done here. Okay.
Fair.
Feels
Kyoko
kind of
finished
nice,
eggs.
actually.
Zuko will, I think, like,
except for
dip
the
out for a bit. Except for the eggs. Zuko will dip out for a bit and then come back again. And I think actually, like, with his own meal, sit down with the group. And it is like, it's ridiculous. It's way too big. Even, especially knowing that he cooks and tastes everything as he goes. The fact that he's still eating this much more on top of it is impressive, if not worrying, if you didn't know who Zuko was. But they definitely have like one of everything that they've served someone in this car at some point on the table. They're like, you can have some if you want. I'll probably get more anyway.
I think I'm good.
Okay, how about you, Mintala?
I've already had like a whole chunk of cinnamon roll. It's tons for me.
Okay. And Ezekiel will just chow down, just absolutely annihilate the dishes in front of him.
So as this
Kyoko
is
will
happening, you hear
observe.
the laughter of this person across the way from you, just staring at this book, just kind of chuckling to themselves as this. That would be a dwarf, just in, just very loud and boisterous.
I like point to one of the probably the walnut loaf with apple butter, and as he's eating it, probably like half mouth, half full, he's like, I haven't had this in a long time. We honestly ran out for a while, and the supplier for some reason just wouldn't send it to us. I think they bumped up the price. My mum refused to pay that extortionate amount. So honestly, having this here, where I don't have to pay for it, my parents have to pay for it, it's great. It's been a long while. It honestly reminds me of some good times at home. Whew. Are you sure you don't want any? There's more than enough to share.
Kyoko
like
just
a whole
smiles and kind of waves off their hand and just sips her tea.
And you see from other people in the train car, just the sheer quantity that people are eating because of how like unique and delicious this food is to them. They're eating way more than their normal fill, and they're getting to that food coma kind of state where the married couple like get up together, they walk by, and the woman just looks at Azuka and she goes, "That was lovely, thank you." As they like pass on, say, "Yeah, I'm gonna need to sleep that one off. That's a yeah." So they head back to the sleeping car.
Zuko
I've
has
got
like the
my-
most fulfilled grin on his face.
I'm staying at the table with everyone, but I've had my fill. I probably have like grazed on random bits of leftovers anyway, just because Mintala can and probably does often. But being in a slightly better mood, has gone back to his sort of usual default for when he's on the train, which is he's got his face pressed up against the glass and is just watching the like patchwork multi-world landscape drifting by.
Go ahead and make me a perception check. And as that is happening, you see the chef actually walk in with a plate to himself of like what they were going to make and what Azuka made. And he takes like a bite of his meal and goes, like a saw, like, yeah. Then takes a bite of Azuka's meal and just goes, damn it. As he slams the table next to him and just kind of continues to eat Azuka's meal.
I rolled a 29.
With the 29, you see that a big mountain range is about to come up as you guys are maybe like 5 minutes away from a tunnel. And you see some lovely trees off in the distance. You see a herd of deer off, just kind of like prancing around in often like a far bush. You actually see like this odd tiger-looking creature that has multiple tails and kind of like is staring at the herd of deer. And then you see like parts of it split off and kind of run up and herd one of the deer a different direction as this false image of them causes one deer to shift away from the herd and then go right towards the panther, and it just leaps it, grabs it, and attacks it. And it's just kind of scene of nature outside.
Like a displacer beast? What the heck?
Yeah.
That's what you want near your trains.
Right.
Right?
Welcome to the tear, baby. Things are everywhere.
Yeah.
So how do you guys finish your meal?
Entirely and incompletely.
Vastly.
There's not even a crumb left on any of the dishes before, as he kind of like piles them up in his arms and like collects Kyoko's and Mentana's as well as they go. I will meet you later. I'm gonna help with washing all the dishes.
All right.
Head. into the
Kyoko just
kitchen.
leans into Mental and's like, where is he putting that all?
The more I think about it, the more concerning it is, I'll be honest.
For the same reasons I might be concerned?
I think so.
Hmm.
He's fueling something. Maybe that something needs to be fueled, I don't know.
You do see out of pure habit as Azuka is walking down the train car, taking other people's finished plates, stacking the silverware and everything, just kind of walking through. He has like 7 or 8 different plates high, just kind of like really holding it as he gets to the door.
Well, I'll keep my eye on him. And if you see anything strange, you let me know as well.
You see this moment
I mean-
as Azuka like, okay, how do I... Oh, I have to use both hands for these plates. How do I like open the door? And
I still have Sachi still have a tail, so I think I like turn around and use my tail to push the door open.
beautiful.
Love
I
it.
see this kind of awkward like, as that starts to happen.
I haven't seen anything weird since everything was weird at the docks with Sinchong.
There's been subtle things, but not weird enough.
I
It
didn't
is at this
notice.
time that you guys pass into the mountainside and the dark hits all of you as boom, 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 boom. The lights from the crystals that are along the inside of the train cars light up, giving this dim illumination to everything.
I guess with Chuck away for however long he needs to drive and think, which, you know, I can understand. I'm kind of the one who's responsible for Azuka right now. Or for Cade.
I suppose you are.
I don't know, just if something goes wrong, if he goes berserk, I don't know if you and me and
And it's
Red
right
can
in the
deal
middle
with
of
it.
that sentence that as the door gets opened for Azuka on the other side, you hear this sound. And then suddenly in front of you, Kyoko, there's plates that just shatter against the wall as they've been launched across the room. And you have just enough time to turn half a second as this fireball has erupted from the front of the train, filled into the front, and the flames engulf your eyes. And then everything starts to burn. And you hear this tinnitus ring. And then the fire starts to recede back. You watch the rest of the day happen in reverse as you're shot back into the room, back in, and we see you open your eyes for the beginning of the day, fall onto the side, and Azuka, wham, slams their head into the wall.
Ow. Okay, I'm up. What is happening?
Kyoko, landing on all 4 feet, stands there for a moment and looks around, peeks back out the window again, Do I see the same thing that I saw before?
Same thing.
Kyoko turns around and looks at Azuka and opens her mouth again.
Yeah, you can talk.
I think that I might have lived this day already.
I was gonna say that's a weird thing to say, but I think we've done and seen weird things.
Something stuck in the tracks. Like a wooden head of one of those wolf creatures.
Do you think the Dryad's following us, or is that a thing we need to be
No,
worried
it's
about?
Dead already. Or it was before. We should go.
Should we wake up? Mintala! Psst! Psst, Mintala!
What? I'm up. What is it?
I'll be entirely honest with you. I think Kyoko might be better at explaining because I'm not entirely sure.
There's something going on. I feel like I've lived this day before.
Oh.
It's not like the other visions I have, where they're momentarily. It's like an entire day. There's something stuck in the tracks. One of those wolf head wooden creature things.
Oh, all right then. We'll go get it, I guess.
All right.
I wake up red.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, that feels better.
We open the door.
As you guys open the door, Tara's there. Oh, what's happening now?
There's something stuck in the tracks.
And how did you know that?
Just a feeling.
Well, let's go see what's going on. You walk back through the train, open up the door. She walks aside. Oh, you're right. There's the problem. Thunk. Can you believe this? As the bark wolf's head pops up again.
Kyoko will extend her hand to take it.
You want it? There you go. I have no need for a thing.
When she touches it, does she feel anything?
It's hard. There's the remnants of emotion there, but more of emotion that was placed upon but not coming from within. So you feel like the remnants of like a magical control or possession, but nothing of like its own will, if that makes any sense. And no real magic within it currently.
I think Kyoko just holds it in their hand and says, "Poor thing. It didn't choose to do what it did. Something was controlling it."
I can only assume it was the Dryad, right? Or
Yeah.
Never know. Or something
well,
could
if
be
you guys want
controlling
to-
the Dryad.
Talk about this over there. I got to get to fixing this. As she kind of leans over to the side and
Right, sorry.
starts ratcheting some stuff. It's like, sorry, I don't want to say that like I'm not part of this conversation. I just want to make, like this is just happening, okay?
Kyoko will keep talking while she's like holding the head of this thing and walking. She almost looks like she's like thinking about what's going on.
I mean, unless it's like something serious, did something happen that we need to deal with now? I'll be honest, I'm confused about living this day already.
Well,
I'm
part of it I think you're going to enjoy, cooking and eating, but I think there might be a fire of some sort. I don't know how it starts. I haven't figured that one out yet.
As you guys are walking back, you pass through the storage car and you see the human and the elf talking together. It's like, if we can get him to, I know that's going to be so great for our business. But okay, if this only happens if the pitch goes right. And they're discussing some kind of business as you guys are walking through the train.
Well, see if we can investigate. I'll need a bit. I'm gonna do some meditation, but I can catch up with you all later, and we can look into this fire.
All right. If you see anything strange, let me know.
Yeah, no,
I'm-
will do.
Be careful with the dishes.
Okay. I mean, honestly, the least cryptic thing you said to me in our time knowing each other. So yeah, I'll take that. And I'll go into our the sleeping cards to begin meditating.
As you guys pass through, you get to the observation car and you see Mauryan again sitting there. You see the artist on the far side, a couple of people. You see that same laughing dwarf hanging out there, going over some paperwork.
Kyoko just kind of looks at Mentala. Well, you want this? Offering him the wolf head.
No, do what you'd want with it. I
You
don't want
sure?
it.
Might be able to do something fun with it. Maybe Red might like it.
I think this time I'm probably sat on Red's shoulder, and I just kind of look to Red to see how he reacts. Like, do you want the head?
Sure.
I give him
Kyoko
the head, I
hands it to
guess.
Kyoko hands it to him.
He kind of takes it for a second. He goes,
What do I do? Do I wear this
I don't know, maybe you could wear it as a hat or something.
as a hat? Well, I have an idea.
he kind of takes it, and like the shoulder that you're not on, he kind of like,
Wait, I can just,
and he like rips out the back section of it and like fits it to his shoulder. And when he does, like the concrete that's on him kind of like flows up into it and kind of filling in the cracks and petrifying the wood as it does. And you see like part of it turn into like this little rebar as it kind of forms into like this shoulder pauldron for him. Kind of like shakes his arm.
does it look cool?
It actually does look kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wolf shoulder.
it's pretty good.
Rawr.
Well, I'm glad something good came out of that.
As you guys are talking, the conductor walks through. Excuse me, have any of you seen Mr. Chuck today?
He took his vehicle for a little bit of a stroll, one might say.
But his vehicle is in the storage car. How could he have...
Well, it ain't no
Oh,
more.
God. As he goes very quickly to the storage car.
So, you saw the whole day, like, and then there was a fire?
I'm not certain. That's where it all stopped.
Fire. She
Mauryan.
says as if like, oh yes, that's
think-
important information for anybody on this train to know.
Kyoko just looks at you and says, Mauryan, right?
Yes,
This
But-
incredibly suspicious look.
we haven't before.
Well,
do you know?
maybe not in this timeline, but once before we did.
We're not old friends, are we? I hate neglecting old friends.
As that happens, you
Um,
see the body language kind of like shift away from you a little bit as they like instinctively like turn towards you and move like a centimeter away, having this like,
I'd like to
What's
think
going
there
on?
might be opportunity for us to be friends, but more acquaintances.
So, more about this fire then. Let's start with that. We can be acquaintances over the imminent disaster.
Well, I don't know if it actually is going to happen.
Oh. Well, It's rather sensational then.
That's kind of how these things work, unfortunately for me. Sorry, I didn't mean to be impolite. This is my friend Mentala, and I'm Kyoko. She will extend her hand again, but this time in a more like firm manner, because Kyoko's like wondering if she's gonna get like hit by another vision.
Mauryan, she takes your hand as before. Her grip is like pretty firm, you know, like she knows how to handle herself.
Mm.
When you go and touch the hand, you go for that same feeling of vision and you just get static. And then you realize it's not static. It's 20 or 30 different outcomes of how this day can go, playing on top of each other all the time, constantly, immediately. And it's so hard to differentiate which one is happening at one time. It just looks like static. And you like stop and you actually see like a little blood vessel just pop in Kyoko's eyes.
Kyoko lets go of your hand and kind of abruptly and shakes her head.
Something the matter?
The thoughts spiral again of all of the different timelines. The potentials are playing in the background of your mind constantly again and again and again. And you see a little nosebleed.
I think there might be something wrong.
Your voice catches in your throat.
I'm beginning to understand that, yes.
It's really hard to hear that.
I'm
Mauryan,
not feeling good mentally.
Mauryan stands, reaches out, and like tries to prevent you from falling over or whatever's about to happen. Like there's a like attempt to stop you from fainting or, you know, getting dizzy or what have you, and like
Your pupils
guides you into the seat next to her. Like tries
Your
to sit
eyes
you down.
kind of roll up a little bit. Your pupils relax and dilate as you just fall to the side. Blood comes out of your ear, and then the train restarts. You are falling into the floor, and Azuka wham into the side of the wall.
Ow.
The day restarts.
I'm up.
This time, I don't think Kyoko...
What happened?
Kyoko just like runs closer to you and opens her mouth.
Yeah. You can talk.
I think something's wrong. Not with the train. Maybe with the train.
Oh god, is someone trying to steal the power supply again? Is that another thing with the weird?
No, I think I'm stuck in a loop.
A loop? What do you mean?
I've lived this day twice now.
Oh. Okay. Is this weird or normal for you? You're the first kind of temporally displaced person or I guess temporally sensitive person I've met. So I don't know if this is the norm.
No. Well, it hasn't been.
Oh.
I hope this doesn't become the norm.
Okay. Has it been a good day to relive?
Parts of it?
What you say that makes me worry that the other parts are terrible.
I think there's parts I haven't lived that are not good.
Okay, what should we do? How can I help you?
Well, there's something stuck in the train. Some kind of... the head of one of those wolf creatures.
Oh, the backwards. Oh,
And then...
does that mean the Dryad's coming after us? Is that a thing we have to worry about?
No.
As you're having this conversation, kind of going over the different potentials of what could be, it's taken a little bit longer than before as you hear Tara walking by. Well, what the could it be now? She walks back.
And then there's someone that we meet in the carriage area. When Mental and I are chatting, you cook some food, and that's kind of as much as I got. There's some kind of fire, though, I think.
Okay. Okay. How does this work then? Do we not cook? Like if we do stuff different. Where
What could change things? Me telling you could change things.
okay, so I just won't cook then. And I'll be like one different branch. Well, what else can we change?
Well, a lot of things, I suppose. We're already changing things as is. Normally we wake Mintala already, and we'd be out there helping Tara.
So we can not wake up Mentala this time.
I suppose we could try that. I don't know if that's better.
I'm honestly, I don't know how to. Where did the fire start? We can just go straight there and figure that out.
I think you were in the kitchen.
Did I start the fire? Do I start the fire? Will I start? I don't know how to use what tense I should use in this case.
I'm not certain. Usually I just let these things play out. I don't try to alter them. But this one is different.
I don't think I started a fire. I'm a pretty good cook. I don't think I would have started it. Maybe one of the other chefs did. Do you want to check out the place now?
I think you should do whatever it is that you would want to do.
I want to do whatever it is that makes sure we don't catch a blaze.
I do as well.
Don't forget
but I'm
about
not
our
sure what
time
that is.
together, Azuka. We still got a game to finish.
He sighs, and doesn't hide it. I think he's very clear. And he goes, and I do need to meditate. Okay. Give me like 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes, maybe an hour to meditate real quick. And then we can check out the place where the fire started.
All right.
I think Kyoko just stays in fox form and leaves the room and just kind of
Since
sits there out in the hallway for a moment and is like
But since
looking
it's-
around to see if there's something odd.
Since it's been some time, you actually see Tara walking back with the wolf head like pointed at herself, like going like rah 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 rah, as like manipulating the bottom jaw, just walking past you. As you also see, as the door to the back opens, those two people talking about their product in the pitch in the car behind you. You
Kyoko
hear other
will-
people rustling in their bunks as well.
Kyoko will go kind of up to the door and like one of her ears will listen to the door that the people are talking about their product and their pitch.
Okay. So, how do we convince them that our paper is better than the paper that they have? Because I'm saying if we can make it thinner, we can save profit for these guys by about 15%, and they'll still get the the full efficacy for their arcane inscriptions. Like we just want to make sure that the power of the evocation doesn't decrease by the lessening of their paper. We have to convince them of that. Okay, ours is higher grade. Okay, it does have a bit of a thing for conjuration spells because of the shift of matter. It needs to come from somewhere. Matter can't just be created; it has to form. So we try not to talk about conjuration. Okay, and they're just going off on their pitch.
Okay. Kyuko's not sure what's going on in there, but all right. And then she'll walk back to the observation deck. Still in fox form though.
As you are passing by and like listening, you can hear the married couple just talking about like, this was such a great idea to get away. Oh my god, I just love this. Yeah, it was great. This is I'm not worried at all. Just on a big metal tube going really fast, and yeah, we're totally fine. She's like, honey, you know, I know you're nervous, but this is gonna be fine. And they have this like reassurance conversation as you're passing them.
Okay.
Get into the observation car, and this time, Mauryan is not there, but you do see the dwarf, the artist. You see a couple. This one, what would that be? This gnome who is sitting there with a halfling, and they're also going over some documents. So it's like, so I found that when the ruby was placed within the center, it actually did cause this sort of chemical shift, and you know, it was an interesting thing that sapphires, if you melt them down into the base, and like was talking about this one research idea that they were having, and how this works within a company that you can kind of pick up on.
Okay. Kyoko will jump up onto the seat that doesn't have anybody, like if there's an empty one. She's just gonna kind of listen. You just see her ears kind of moving around, and her tail, one of her tails looks like it's kind of resting on like the handrest, but the other ones are kind of like seeming like they're a little, you know, uncomfortable, like impatient.
The conductor walks through the front of the train, kind of walks through, sees the fox, and just, you know what, at the end of the day, this is not the strangest thing I've seen, and just keeps walking forward. She goes, Mr. Chuck, as he's walking through, calling out for Chuck as he's just kind of going up and down the train. Same kind of thing happens here. Not much going on for a while. You're kind of observing, trying to listen. Then from the back of the train, from where you were, Mauryan comes in and sits back down in their position.
There's an inquisitive eyebrow raise at Wolf, or sorry,
You're
my bad.
You
I
need to
did
be more
the
muted.
thing. I did the
It's
thing.
okay.
I'm sorry. I knew I would do it at one point during this thing.
It happens.
There's an inquisitive eyebrow raise at Fox on train seat, but nothing more than, you know, someone's. It's weird, but it's not that weird. And yeah, like that.
I love your
And
cat.
yeah, Mauryan takes the seat that she'd had previously. Just sits down, waits, hands folded in her lap.
Go ahead and make me a perception check if you're being so visibly trying to notice everything all at once within this
Okay.
car. You're trying to keep track of every detail.
Yeah. 24.
With the scientist couple that is in to your left-hand side in the far corner, your eyes catch that their papers on the distillation of magic gems and the properties that can be associated with, and how to reintegrate those now magical liquid properties that have been converted into other things. It's just like all in this little thesis title. The far side, you see the elven woman with the very ornately braided hair start her painting. And as it happens, you see when the spell is cast, there's this golden ring that goes around the eyes that kind of circles each other with these dots that flash into the center of the pupil and hold this glow, this positive, good energy. As you notice, oh, it's an Awesomeer. That's okay. And the paintbrush has a flash of this light, very subtle and dull. So maybe not like full Awesomeer, but there's some part of her lineage that holds this. And the paintbrush starts going again. And you look over and you see the dwarf in the corner that's looking over the papers. He has all of these really official documents that seem to be legal papers of like trade agreements, and you see a murder case, you see a theft case, you see a raiding case, and you kind of see that it says like, that would be Judge Arthur Wilcox He's at the top, and he's this presiding judge. So, it's a dwarven judge. That's cool. You get over to Mauryan, and you see the same attire that you saw earlier. But the only thing that would be different is you notice this little tattoo, that like the tip of a tattoo that starts to like tip up over the top of a. Is it on the neck? Where would it be?
I mean, I think it probably looks like it's a smaller piece of something larger. Yeah, like the back of.
Mm-hmm. And just the
like
last,
on both sides, it's sort of like a symmetry.
And the last little bit as it just almost recedes back in.
Yeah.
Oh, like it went
moves,
off.
like the ink moves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was moving?
Almost like water.
Mm-mm. Okay. That's interesting. Kyoko's also not the brightest cookie in the jar or in the crayon box. I'm like,
when I joked before this episode about you being 90% of it, I was not lying.
yeah, you weren't kidding.
That's true.
I'm also just like, she's not super intelligent. I think she will just say, and you hear Mauryan in your mind. Well, isn't that an interesting piece of artwork?
There's an immediate sort of twist of her features, like she wasn't expecting to hear a voice in her head.
Apologies. The fox.
Can you roll me a composure check to see how Mauryan would react to this sudden voice in their head? So I'm assuming the higher you roll, the less of a jerk and fight or flight response that you get. Especially because of what you're trying to escape.
What kind of roll do you want from me here?
It could be performance. It could be. I'm trying to think of how you would try to hide your physicality. So I'm thinking either performance or you can argue for a deception. I feel if you're trying to have the emotion then hide it really quickly. It'll be harder to do a DC check with deception, easier with a performance.
Let's go performance. That's 13.
Then with that, you do see this shock, what's happening, what's going on, and then the immediate you would expect somebody to look around to see what's going on, but then the eyes close for a second as they almost calm and meditate for a moment, a fraction of a second, and then eyes pop open.
I would say the detail for the usual what's happening, what's going on, look around that you would expect is that she, instead of having her hands folded in her lap, she touches the surface that she's sitting on. Both of her palms go out and touch as if to feel what's happening, expand awareness. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to startle you.
Startle.
So you see,
not much startles me really. So, good job, well done.
So you see everybody, when you do the touch, you see everybody that's on the train, same description that it gave, but just this fox kind of staring at you. That's the only thing that's even looking your direction, so you have no clue what's going on. Or who this is coming from.
You were referring to a piece of artwork? She speaks aloud. No direction to the conversation, just aloud into the car.
On your
I don't
body,
see a lot of art. Oh.
your neck.
Saw that, did you? It's helpful sometimes, but I'd prefer to talk about this quietly. She says, having an out loud conversation when the other person is not,
Understandable.
private matter, If you'll excuse me. She gets up, a little perturbed, you know what I mean? And heads towards the sleeping car exit if you don't stop her.
Kyuko will kind of do a little bow type of thing as you are getting up. But I think she waits a little moment. And then she's going to try to follow you, but not let you see that she's following you. But she's really bad at sneaking, so it'll be really funny.
Roll me stealth.
Yeah.
As Mauryan decides to leave, the door closes, they disappear.
Ooh, 21. I actually
Okay.
rolled decent.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right,
Then
all right.
let me roll something really quick.
Oh, I'm on to something, you guys. Just kidding.
Well,
Kai's way too excited about this. He's rubbing his hands together.
I am just loving this story so far.
Yeah.
As
Okay,
you,
what's your AC? Quick question.
yeah, you walk.
Are you
out the
in on
door.
this too?
As you go to walk out the door, you close the door behind you and you go to open up the next train car door. There is a sudden force that hits you. You don't see anybody around you. There's a sudden force that hits you and you fall off the side, get trapped into the train wheel. Back, you were landing onto the floor of the train and Azuka, you are hitting your head again.
I'm up. Oh. What happened?
Kyoko, just on top, like, just where she lands, just turns around and, like, opens her mouth towards you.
Yeah, you can do the thing.
Oh no. I'm not sure what's going on.
Maybe is someone attacking the train again? Honestly, probably to check it
No.
out. We're technically security.
There's something stuck in the tracks.
What's stuck there?
One of those wolf wooden creatures.
Is the Dryad following us? Is that a thing we need to worry about?
No, I
Vintala,
don't
you are
think
awoken
so.
to the sound of Azuka saying Dryad.
What?
Oh, hey.
Poke my head over the side of the bed. What's going on?
Yeah, apparently, Kiga says that some part of or was it the wolf head? Yeah, it's stuck in a track, the wheels of the train. But apparently the Dryad's not following us, so we don't need to worry about that. Thankfully.
Oh, okay. I wake up red.
Kyoko's gonna transform back into her humanoid form.
That's better. Yeah. What's going on?
I don't know. I think Terra's gonna deal with it if it's just something stuck in the wheels of the train.
Oh, I can get it. Yeah.
Are you gonna? I don't know if you should. Terra is a terror when you mess with a train.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Okay.
As you see, like this,
I hop
this
onto
look
Red's
of,
shoulder and I'm like, I'll make sure he doesn't like break anything.
like, and he whispers to Min, like as he's leaving, just like
We clean up our mess.
kind of stares at you as you're walking out.
Yeah.
Right.
Very serious. They go back to the train car. What do you guys do? As Tara kind of goes, oh, hey. Yeah, I'm going to be heading that way too. Wait for me. As Tara runs up. Runs past the door.
Awake now. I'm gonna get some meditation in. Are you okay, Kyoko?
I think I'm all right now.
You say that like you're not going to be all right soon.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
That's Azuka just doesn't know how to respond to that. That's cryptic and worrying.
Equally
If
for
and
me.
there's anything I can, okay. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know.
I will as soon as I know.
Do you want to meditate with me? Would that help?
Frankly, I might.
Okay. might need like 5 minutes because that hit my head a bit harder than I
As-
originally thought.
You say that. You hear this. Oh my God! As you hear this. And you hear a cry from Mintala. And sorry, your cat just headbutted your microphone.
Sorry. She's just like really
I love
wants
it.
attention right now.
I hate to do this scene as that beautiful moment is happening. As Tara is holding Mintala unconscious, these crackles of electricity are falling back. It's like, the big guy fell off the side and then he just fell over. I don't really know what I'm doing. What's going on?
Oh, I rush out to this. Okay, what do I see? So does Tara come to our
Yeah. Tara
Cut?
runs
Okay.
back to you guys, holding Mintala, who is like unconscious in her hand, within rolls at 0 hit points.
Kyoko will grab him
do
and try to
something.
heal him with her healing spell.
Go for it.
And she will do it at a heightened level.
You're doing 3 actions, you're doing the 2. What are you doing?
The 3 actions.
Perfect.
Is this commotion all happening in like the sleeping
You
car?
hit the
Oh, I
button.
did it. I did it again. It's so natural to do. I'm so sorry.
It's fair. It's fair.
Is this all happening in like the sleeping car
Yeah.
area?
Yeah.
I think because it's just adjoined to the observation
Yeah,
car,
right
right?
behind.
I think Mauryan is kind of lingering in the doorway of this sleeping car, like adjoinment area, because of the commotion, like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
kind of looky-looing a little bit.
Do I want to do it? Yeah, we'll have some fun with this. The heal spell goes out and hits the radius of everything there. The wolf head, surprisingly, kind of like wakes up, kind of starts to crack a little bit as you do heal Mintala. But now the wolf head that was like on the floor that had been dropped was within the radius and just like starts to kind of move its mouth.
Ow.
Mintala, are you okay? What happened?
Oh,
I'm okay.
sorry. I meant that like I was doing the 2 action one. The one that's 2d8 instead of 1d8.
That is a 2 action one.
Oh, the 2 action one. Okay,
this-
then you very much just
Whichever
heal
one
Mintala.
is, yeah, the one that does most healing.
Most for
Perfect.
Mintala would be,
The 2 action.
the 2 action.
Yeah, because the 3 doesn't give you any more healing. It just makes it area.
Yeah, I wasn't
So
trying
we can
to area.
alter it by doing this. The head fades, like has its activity and then fades back to inaction as Mintala is healed to
Okay,
the
because I was
points that it would
confused.
have
I
been for
was
the second
like,
action.
why is that thing? I'm like, oh, because I think I said the wrong thing.
So, Red fell off the train. And then
Oh,
the train kept
okay.
moving. And when he got 100 feet away, he desummons and it knocks me out. Well, no, I wouldn't be that. No, that's not how it works, is it? It's
He got a
fell
lot
off
of
the
damage
train
by
and
getting hit by a train.
yeah, no, he fell off the train and he went under the wheels and like came apart and it's me when it hits him.
Yeah, no.
Well, that's good to know for the future.
He'll be fine. I can summon him back. It's just thank you. For
Maybe
healing
we
me.
don't do that for a while.
Oh, he's not gonna fall off again. It was just he was trying to get the head thing.
Yeah, I'm just okay. No, I get it. I'm just worried. Are you okay though?
I assume by the way that everyone is talking that this red person can be re-summoned or brought back. You
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's fine. He's fine.
Like-
He just
the out of context conversation. Like, someone fell off the train and got run over, right? Like, yeah.
Everyone's like, "Are you okay though?"
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
yeah, he's
Red
fine. I can
is-
just summon him back. It's just it happened sometimes.
Well, glad everyone.
We need to get you some food.
I don't know
kinda
if that's
just
going to
passed.
solve my problem.
Oh, you're what?
That might be
are-
good for
are we-
Mintala.
Okay, yeah. No, Tana, I'll get you some food. Kyoko, what? I'm still kind of lost. What problem?
I don't know yet.
Mauryan is
She
listening.
looks very confused and disorientated, which is not her way.
Azuka,
Hey,
as
you
you're
have-
saying out loud, I gotta go and do this thing and do this thing and do this thing. You get the,
Don't forget about our game, Zuka.
Hey, I have to do that. And I need to get some meditation in. Offer still stands, Kyoko, if you want to meditate with me, but I'm gonna do that before breakfast.
Tara pipes up. You think the security on this train would be able to, stay on the train?
We're technically not getting paid, so
That's very
you
true.
pay for what you get.
I mean, you're getting paid in travel. We've had this conversation as she turns and starts walking away.
If you've a problem you can't figure out, I've been told that I'm a very good listener. She says as if it's supposed to be a joke, but it doesn't come off as a joke at all.
Right.
I'm Azuka, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Mauryan.
Kyoko.
Mandala.
With the weak hand.
I just died.
Yeah.
I just took damage as if I'd been run over by a train without, being run over by a train.
Wait,
Yeah.
is Mentala the first person to hit 0?
I
I think so.
I think so.
I think
so,
today.
yeah.
Unless
Yeah.
time loops count, I guess.
True.
Like,
Technically, you all hit 0.
Yeah.
I have gotten hit
We're
by
being
a
blown up.
car. I've gotten hit by.
Oh yeah, Kyoko's just catching them more when it comes to being run over by vehicles.
Yes. Apparently, I'm falling off
You got hit
trains.
run over by a train as well today. Yeah.
It's like this episode, I am the first person to hit 0 without Kyoko also hitting 0 and the time loop restarting.
Yeah, the
That
time
means
loop.
something.
Very specific criteria. I'm gonna leave you all. I'm gonna again get some meditation. Again, Kyoko, if you want to join, you're more than welcome to. Afterwards, I'm gonna get you food, Mentala. They owe me like unlimited food, so I can get you whatever you want. And Azuka will start we'll go back into the car, because I imagine we're like right outside of it. So we'll head
Yeah.
back into it.
Are you gonna be all right, Mentala?
Yeah, I'll be okay. I mean, I'm pretty beat up, but I'm alive, and I don't think anything else is gonna happen. So I can resummon Red, and then there's like a special healing thing that I can do, where sometimes have to use it after things like this happen.
All right.
He's big and heavy. He falls off things on a semi-regular basis.
well, if anyone would like to take me up on that offer, I'll be. She
You-
just
you
like
cut
turns
off.
around like, oh, well, if anyone would like to take me up on that offer, I'll be in the observation car. And she just like turns around to leave.
Kyoko watches her walk away and is confused and a little cockeyed. That was weird, wasn't it? She looks at Mentala.
A little
It's
bit,
at
I
this
guess.
point in time the conductor starts walking through. If anybody has seen Mr. Chuck,
He drove his car off the train.
he did what?
Kyoko just
Excuse me.
walks away and goes to slowly follow Mauryan.
Mm. He starts walking back towards the car, and this time you can actually hear it as he opens the door and the car is gone. He goes, "What in the bloody hell? You left the door open!"
I was
So
gonna
Mar-
say, it's getting funnier seeing Kyoko more and more just be like, he drove off the goddamn train, okay? Gee. Every lead is just becoming less and
Yep.
less.
Day one, it's I like playing games, and day 4, it's he drove off the train. I don't care.
This game bores me now.
Kyoko's confused.
So
Because I
Morgan's
think
on
this is the first time she's ever she's never been stuck in a loop before, and also like usually her visions are short and concise. This is never ending.
So Mauryan is on the far end of the observation car this time, like sort of where the painter is, but on the other side, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So that they're
Kinda
not in
sitting
the eye
behind
line of the
the
painter,
scientist.
you know? Yeah. And sees you sort of enter and like waves you over. Like sees relatively. Waves you
Yeah. Kyoko looks around to make sure you're actually motioning at Kyoko, and then she says in her own head, kind of like speaking to the fates, she's like, "What do you want from me?" And then she walks over to you and sits down.
So your security for this train, then?
Something like that.
And you're in some kind of trouble?
I'm not certain. I think I am, though. Nothing to do with the train, that I think. Maybe I do. I'm not. My trouble's something strange. Something hard to explain.
Quite capable of understanding hard to explain concepts.
Like,
she says like, yeah, come on.
like your enchanting tattoo?
Oh, you know about that? You must have eyes in the back of your head.
Roll me performance for deception.
Yeah. What? Oh, there's deception. There you
Ooh.
go.
No reaction.
You know, we all have consequences of mistakes we've made in our past, and that tattoo happens to be one of mine. Long line of mistakes leading to one single bad choice.
Right. Well, I like to imagine that I've made the right choices to get me where I am.
Unfortunately, in sitting here with me, you've made quite the wrong choice. And
Are you the one-
she reaches over and just like tries to Vulcan neck pinch you, basically.
As this happens, your nerves, as she pinches
Can
your
I
neck,
dodge? Reflex save or something?
this would be a fortitude save.
Okay, fortitude save. You weren't kidding earlier when you asked my fortitude save. What is happening? What is going on? 29. Woo,
Very
baby.
nice.
So
I
that
told
is
you I
a
have good saves. I would even have
success.
better if I had that ring that I gave to Azuka, and now I'm concerned I gave it to him.
So that is a success, but not a critical success. So as the hit, your nerves all just start going static. And you have this moment of, and for the next round, you are paralyzed. Just for one round.
Oh, crap. What are you going to
That
do
is
to
all
me?
it takes for Mauryan to stand up, walk away. You to feel
Yep.
a hand on top of your head, hand below, and things go black. You wake up on the floor, and Azuka wham into the side of the train.
Ow. I'm up.
Kyoko doesn't even wait to talk to you in your head and just begins talking to you in your head this time. I think someone might be trying to kill me.
Okay, a little bit of warning. Yeah, what? Wait, hold on, what? What?
I think someone might be trying to kill me.
Who do we need to? Are they on the train right now, or are they tailing? Is that what happened? Did they just board the train? We
The
need to-
elevated sounds from Azuka's voice does wake up Mentala. Continue.
What's happening?
I don't know. Apparently, someone trying to kill Kyoko.
What?
The train
over the side, like,
is,
looking
'cause
around.
There's something stuck in the track, but
Who's killing who?
there's a person on the train.
Okay.
Mauryan? I think they're
Mauryan.
trying
Okay.
to kill me.
Okay. I want to try out. What do they look like?
Kyoko will begin to describe them and trying to transform into her normal, like human, or her human form, not her normal form.
Trying to do this all at once, there is like an awkward moment where she is talking and transforming at the same time. So it's like, well, they look like this.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
Okay, I'm never gonna get used to that. Okay, when you describe that person, would it click that that's the person who like sort of like noticed the harpoon sticking out at the side of the train?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they were like, I saw them yesterday. They were sitting not too far from us. I avoided eye contact because I think they noticed Chuck's whole harpoon to the side of the train kind of thing, and I didn't want to be implicated in that because
They said
that'd
they're
be
trying to avoid
pricey.
some kind of trouble. That's why they're on this train.
They're trying to kill you. They've just walked onto a train full of trouble. Do you want to check it
I'm
out,
assuming
Natalia?
so. I'm not sure if that's really what is happening.
It's like
Okay.
a vision thing, like a.
Yeah,
You
no, that's
saw them
true.
trying to
Have
kill you?
Might be trying to kill all of us for all I know. Just 100% they did try to kill me.
Okay.
I've lived this day a few times now.
Oh. Okay. Oh, that's terrifying. Yeah, stick close then. We just stay as a group and we keep an eye out for this person.
All right.
It's a train. It's a straight line. We should be able to find them.
Kyoko nods and opens the door and kind of like,
As Tara walks by.
yeah, as Tara walks by, before Kyoko even walks out the door, she points to the left and it's like,
They're going to be over there.
I'll poke my head out to look in the direction that Kyoko gestured in.
Without the hustle and bustle of Red falling off the train, there is nothing to draw Mauryan here. So, no, Mauryan is not there.
There's
And you
no
just
one-
see Tara off the side to the back, like, thunk. Can you believe what was in this brake pad?
Oh,
Do you want it?
I turn to Mintala.
No, I don't want that. Just do what you want with
Red
it.
might want it.
Rah, rah, rah. Oh, do you want it, big guy?
Do you guys want it? No? Well, I'll take it.
Yeah, if you, I don't know, you can wear it as a hat or something.
Oh, I have an idea.
Goes over, does the whole shoulder thing.
Rah, rah, rah.
Okay. Okay, well, hope you don't mind, but I definitely stick together. I need like an hour to meditate. If that's okay. How dire is this? Is like really, I mean, if you stick with me and we can meditate together, so we're still in the same vicinity.
You have to meditate right now. We've got, I mean, if there's someone who's trying to kill Kyoko, it's not a good time to be having,
Yeah, but
being all zen.
how I can't work out. So it's kind of how I help myself, hold the whole thing within me.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, you go
Yeah.
meditate. Yep, no, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine. We'll hang around. We'll stay as a group.
Yeah.
I think Kyoko just sits on the bed and is thinking about all the alternative days that have happened and what went on. Is trying to put together a
Ezekiel will-
pattern.
Ezekiel tried to meditate I think will be kind of like, especially after being told that someone's trying to kill Kyoko, definitely times where he like closes his eyes and kind of like opens them to see if Kyoko's still there.
The knee is bouncing up and down.
Yeah.
Come on.
So it's definitely a bit longer than just an hour, but yeah, at the beginning, he's just like, they're okay.
So as you are thinking and trying to put all the pieces together, you're getting like, okay, we have the artist, we have the judge, we have the scientist, we have the business people, we have the travelers, we have the automaton. Where's everybody going? What's going on? About 30, 40. How long do you do this for?
The
However meditation.
long he's meditating.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're staying with them through the
about
entire
an hour.
meditation, about 3/4 of the way through, Mauryan actually passes by the sleeping car door, and you see their head just pass by from the storage cars and just walk calmly forward.
Yep, from the back end.
Kyoko looks at Mentala and it's like, they just walk by.
That was the one.
She nods.
Okay, do they know
Should
we're
I
here?
go? Do I?
No. We'll wait.
I just don't grab.
No, we'll just wait and see what happens, I think. Because, like, they haven't done anything yet. I mean, Kyoko saw them try and kill her, but they haven't yet, so maybe we wait till they try. But we'll be ready.
I don't know if that's how this works, but
I don't know, you're the one with the future vision.
and it's not helping me very much. I don't normally have visions of my own future. If this is how I'm meant to die, this is a horrible joke. Kyoko says, like looking up to the sky, talking to the fates.
So how long do you stay?
Don't get too fatalistic. I mean, it's just a possible future you saw, right? It's not good. It's not gonna happen. I mean, it won't happen. We're gonna stop it.
It did happen.
Not to me, it didn't, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it's probably a real vision. I don't even know. I mean, we could go and like just smash them right now, but it's like feels weird to do that when like they haven't done anything. But like you saw it, so like they're gonna, but they haven't.
What if they do something to someone else?
As soon as Azuka's done, we'll like track them down and keep an eye on them.
All right. Kyoko just sits impatiently. She's normally a very patient person, but this is a little nerve-wracking.
Maybe if I go, as long as they stay 100 feet, within 100 feet of this car, I can walk around. Red can stay here. And if anything happens to me, Red will feel it. Or we could send Red, but like that's not very low profile. Everyone kind of knows. If you're being told by Red, you know you're being told by Red because like
Well,
the ground's shaking.
Might be helpful to let you know in one of these visions, past timelines, you died as well. Kind of.
What? Wait, why? Because of them?
I think because of Red.
I look at Red.
I'm
What do you mean?
sorry.
What? No, you didn't. No, you didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything. You know, we're good. We're good. It's fine. We're good.
I promised I wouldn't hurt you like that. Like I don't.
Yeah, I
feel
know
like
you
that
wouldn't.
happened
I'm
to me.
just kind of confused how that. Did he get possessed or something?
I
He
don't think I
fell off
physically
the
can
train
hurt
and
you.
got run over.
Can I?
Oh, he fell off the train. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that.
That checks out. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's not your fault. It's just bad luck.
I fall a lot.
Oh. Kind of stands upright and kind of like resets his feet so he's more stable.
I'm not falling ever again.
Never again will I
I feel
fall.
like it's at this point that you see Mauryan move past the window again, back the other way to the end of the train.
Yeah, if you're just waiting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be like, 'cause I think every time Zuka's meditated for about 45 minutes to an hour. Definitely leaning more into the hour this time because he spent so much time like checking if Kyoko was still around. But
I think
you
Kyoko's
see,
just
like-
kind of a little relieved that none of them have died or taken harm.
you
So a
get-
part of her is like as impatient as she's being. She's also
think-
like relieved.
As you guys are waiting, you hear the, all right, everybody, we do have the dining for today all set up. We have a wonderful spread worked out for you of wonderful pancakes designed by our own chef, Javier. Be ready for a scrumptious meal.
around
Pass
that
by
time,
again.
you
You think
see-
should I follow them?
Maybe we should do it as a group.
We'll wait for Azuka then.
I think
The hour is
not
up.
too long after that. Yeah, you see some sparks of black electricity come off of Azuka's body, then subside as they. And it's almost like as he breathes out, you're like, I don't know if he was breathing that entire time. I'm just noticing that as he opens his eyes. Okay, I'm done. Everyone's okay. Did anything weird happen? Anyone tried to?
Not that we know of,
kill you?
but there might have been. They walked by a couple times.
Okay. What direction? Do you want to follow them?
Kyoko points the last direction that she knows they went.
Okay, it's going to be the walk-in order. I will go up front, then Kyoko, you can be behind me, and then Red, you can be behind Kyoko, and then Intali can kind of like walk or float above. So then we have at the very least most of the angles covered.
All right.
Right, sounds like a plan. I jump up and activate my floating boots. And like
Cute.
adjust my height till I've got it where I want it.
Kyoko will follow. Kind of a little like confused, but curious about what's going to happen next.
So, as you go into the storage car, you're looking through cautiously. Make a perception check.
Okay. You're all looking around. 23.
19.
24.
Nobody's there. Go into the next car. Make me a perception check.
Oh,
We keep doing it.
22.
11.
interesting. 21.
Nobody's there. You go into the defense car, and you see actually just standing at the back, Mauryan just kind of checking on this little device in their hand, in this crystal sphere,
Oh no,
Almost
there's going to be a
glass.
fire.
with this red mist kind of inside that swirls into these different symbols.
I'm going to make my body as big as possible to kind of like cover Kyoko, and just go, excuse me? Excuse me.
So the doors open, right? You've opened the door to like the security, and it's just you're looking at Mauryan standing at the end of the right on the end of the train, basically.
Yeah.
She doesn't turn around, but she lifts her head from the device that she has, to acknowledge that she's heard you. She puts the device into a pouch somewhere. It disappears basically from her hand. And she says, "Oh, I hope you weren't expecting to make it to New York. I'm sorry, but the train's going to making a premature stop."
I mean, I'm sorry, but Ezekiel's gonna immediately see it as a threat and try to tackle Mario.
Make me a reflex saving throw.
Me?
As
Yeah.
soon as you move forward into the security car, make a reflex.
Kyoko will
God
pull out the
damn it.
stopwatch and try to slow.
23.
Mauryan.
So, as you go to step forward, there is a runic sigil on the ground that glows this neon blue, and an ice spike shoots up from the bottom, impales you through the chest, and you are lifted off the ground, killed instantly. You try to go to slow, as you get this slow motion.
Actually, as the moment it pierces me, I go limp, and then black electricity starts to spark out of the wound. And you see, I grab it and pull myself off, and
As your hair starts to go white.
As my hair starts to go white, as I go from 0, I gain, I believe, actually 10 temporary hit points, as I kind of pull myself off this spike. Still bleeding. I think there's still like a hole in my chest, but just kind of swaying and then glaring up at Mauryan.
And you see Azuka with the hole in their chest, this black electricity like arcing from different veins together as this like almost mist starts to like repiece things back together on the inside, slowly closing up the wound.
Mauryan seems less surprised than you would imagine that you're still alive.
And I'm going to try something here.
Should we roll initiative?
Talk.
Because I think that's what's happening right now.
Does Azuka say anything with that?
I don't think he doesn't say anything. I think it's honestly like takes that, stands for a moment, and then takes another step forward, as if almost as if nothing happened, and starts moving towards Mauryan still.
I'd love to stay in chat, but you're making a quick exit. And she just like hops back off the train.
Anybody can do something if they would like.
Well, I wanted to slow whenever that was happening. Yeah.
That's the thing. Go and do your slow. I'm assuming you got a little distracted by Azuka getting impaled off the ground. So you can do it now as Mauryan is starting to say this. So go ahead. And what is your actual class DC?
It is 21.
Okay.
Okay. What am I rolling?
Fortitude.
Here? Fortitude?
DC.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking around my card. Sorry.
No worries.
26.
So, with the 26, you don't critically succeed, but you do succeed. So you're slowed for 1 round, which means you have 1 less action.
Yep.
So, as they go to do this jump back, it's happening in slow motion as they go to take the step, 1 action, jump back, 2nd action.
But I get 3 actions, right?
Yeah, go ahead. So that's just as this is all happening at once.
This is gonna be really nasty. I apologize in advance.
I think I know what you're gonna do. You can use your tails.
I wasn't. Oh, instead of.
I think I know what spell you're thinking of. If you don't want it to be that, it can be anything else. But also, if you want it to be that, it can totally be that.
I'm curious
what is everyone doing right now?
I think Kyoko is gonna use inside ropes.
Yep.
Oh, and if I can use my tails, that's kind of cool. That's less gross.
Why is that a spell you have?
That's awesome.
I saw it and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. I was thinking from like a perspective of like if she wants to like get herself up places or something like that, she could just like pull out her intestines and wrap around something. It's like, it's hilarious. I don't know. But in this case, I like the tail idea if I'm allowed to. Like her tail, well, do you have a way?
Stretches and coils.
Do they get like a... Yeah, I guess like basically what she wants to do is have her tail kind of like reach out towards you and kind of basically grab you.
Okay, so this is going to be with the use of the cantrip and the grapple is your 2nd action. We can allow this as like a try to lasso kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if you want to make it would be an athletics versus athletics or acrobatics on Mauryan's side to avoid it.
Ooh, I'm not athletic at all.
Say acrobatics for me? Okay. I'll wait until there's something going on. And then...
I am not athletic. 17.
So the tails reach out.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh my god. 34, nat 20.
Oh.
So in this moment of being slowed, you still have the thought of, and like you see the thing coming at you to do it, and you just barely, like, you feel it like scrape off of your body as you dodge away from it, as the tail doesn't get the grip that you would hope it would. And as they're backing up to jump off, the only person who has any actions left would be Azuka or Mentala.
Mentala? Yeah.
On instinct, I think as you look at Azuka, he's like coughing up blood, like blood is pulling out of his mouth, and the hole in his chest. There are the black sparks of electricity connecting the veins and organs that you can see in the hole, and the eyes are like dead. Like there is no light in his eyes. They like, it looks like you're looking at a corpse moving, a fresh corpse moving, as they whip their arm out and they're gonna try and grapple Mauryan with chains along his arm. So first I need to see if I even hit.
I'm gonna say, just because we're doing this in cinematically, two coming at you at the same time is gonna be harder. So I'm gonna say you have a -3 against the acrobatics for this one.
Okay.
So
Just
should I roll
dodging
to hit
two at the
or
same time in the same moment.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
should I roll
especially
to
while
hits
slowed.
anyway, or should I just roll the athletics to try and grapple?
Roll the athletics.
Okay. Let me see if I actually get anything in this form as well.
This is wild.
While people are working on their stuff, you can see detail wise on Mauryan that tattoo has like grown up over her hands, and like it's like up on her neck as well, like as if it's like flowed up during this like hostile action.
Ooh. Does that tattoo
does
look
it add-
familiar to us by any chance?
You'll have to roll for it.
Okay.
This is a 15,
Unfortunately-
maybe a +1, so it's not.
Because I feel like there was another situation.
Okay.
Oh, by 1.
By 1.
Dang.
Yeah, Way makes it. You just managed to
Jeez.
dodge it.
With
You
a
were slippery.
14 modifier, yeah.
All right, Mentala, your turn.
Wait, what about the -3?
Well, that's what I
Oh,
mean.
yeah.
I've been
Oh.
caught, right?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I did
Yeah.
catch you. Yeah, because mine
You
is
caught
3.
her. Oh,
Yeah, it's
oh
like,
gosh.
So
thank
as
goodness.
she jumps back, you whip and the chain wraps around the leg, and you're able to have that. You have one action left with them grappled. And they're slow timed, like up and still in the air with this.
I think it's much like it hits and immediately pulls you forward to try and bring you close. And if I can get them into like range of me, I think it's gonna be like pull you into a headbutt.
Let's do
if I
a
can do that.
straight strength check with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to see if you can pull them that close.
Okay. My strength is not great. But let's see.
Neither mine.
Yep. No, a 5.
Did you
Oh
guys see rolling,
no.
or am
This
I
is more of
rolling
something
it?
that's happening to you at this point.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not like you have anything to grab onto.
No, I'm in the middle of the air.
But as you're pulling, you realize that when somebody is slowed, it also increases the air resistance and time that it takes. So you're pulling, like trying to accelerate something faster than it would be in the time. Time's weird, man.
Yeah.
And so
I
like,
think at
as
the
you
end of the
pull,
day,
you
I always
feel
have a
like the
hole in my
strength-
chest.
Like
Yeah.
you
That's
pulled with
also
everything you
progressive.
had, and the force is there, but it's taking a while for it to get to you.
And I think as
The nonchalant nature of grabbing, just hold on.
and like as they've got them grappled, they look over to Kyoko and Mentala, and again, like the eyes are dead, like there is no light in them, but you can tell that something is looking at the two of you, as there's
Lovely.
a smile kind of spreads in their face.
I don't know
Do
how
you
I
say
feel about
anything, or is
that.
it just silence?
I think again it's just silence, and I think
Okay.
actually I think they try to say something, but again I think it's like blood just comes out of their mouth instead, and there's a look of annoyance on their face when that happens.
Yeah, and you get this like
Oh.
look down. It's like the lungs are kind of gone, so there's no air to really like get up and through.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Mentala, help.
Mentala.
Help.
Okay, so right now, things are happening with Azuka. There's a lot going on there that's going to have to be dealt with at a later time. So Mauryan is slowed and grappled and pulled towards Azuka, right?
And also currently reaching for an item in her pocket, just as my next thing. Like,
Okay. Can Red move in and like add to the grapple, like prevent her from grabbing whatever this thing is?
Go for
Like
it.
pin the arms or something?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's like an extra. I'm trying to think of what would be the effect that you would compound onto
All depends on
grapple.
what you guys are
Aid?
trying to do.
Are you trying to aid, or are you trying to like grab the thing that's in their hand or pocket?
I mean, that would be nice. I guess I can. I don't think I have like an attack that can like disarm, or I think I could just also grapple. More grappling. Red moves in and also grapples. Which is that an attack I roll? I forget how this works.
To do a grapple, it would be an attack to grab, and then if it hits, then it's a athletics.
Okay. Well, should I just roll a melee attack?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, restrain.
They've all
yeah.
got like special things to them, but like we can ignore. None of them have grab as a specific thing, but I think it's just if I'm just making a roll, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah. With a nat
that was
one,
terrible. That was a nat one.
Oh
roll another
no.
d20 for me, and you want it to be high. Just a flat
Okay.
check.
Oh
Because if this
god.
is another nat one, red's going off the
14.
back. Okay. You're fine.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. I'm just imagining that we all blow up on this train, and then Chuck comes back, and the train's just toast.
Just gone.
God, can you imagine what would happen to his mental state? Oh, God.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like, I need
it
some
would
time
be
away
beautiful.
to think, and then he comes back and we're all dead.
He
Because he wasn't there.
Because he wasn't there. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Give him
Now
even
we
more
need to do it.
complexes.
We need to do it.
Yeah, I feel like
Gotta sacrifice
new
your kids.
characters. We're coming back next episode. Shh, don't tell him.
Becomes a
Next
one-on-one
episode,
show.
Campaign 2, Chuck's Lament.
It's a one-on-one show. It's just
Yep.
Kyber and
It's just
Tyler.
Chuck and
We can
Kai.
slowly add you guys back in by going to new towns to meet new people.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh dear. I'm just like panicking. I think. I don't have any binding stuff is the problem. It's like that's an area that I don't have covered.
I mean,
But what I can do.
I am grappled already, right?
Yeah.
I know. I'm just like I want to bind more because they're still doing stuff, but
That's
that's not
true.
how it works.
I don't think you can double restrain because you do have the restrained condition right now. So it's not something that you can compound. There's no restrained level 2, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just going to attack him. It seems like that's what needs to be
Yeah,
done here.
yeah.
They're
Go
trying to
for it.
blow up the train or something, so let's blow them
Elf's
up.
like,
No,
yeah, hit me.
I would never do that. Train blowing up. That's definitely not.
Let's
Not that they
throw
haven't
a magic
already tried to
missile.
kill us multiple times. It's fine.
Go for it.
Can throw a magic missile. 3 actions.
Well, wasn't red
This doesn't-
running up and grabbing?
Yeah.
Maybe run up.
Oh, that was 2
grab.
actions already to move and to grab.
Yeah.
So I'm casting magic missile as a 2 action because I get an
we
extra.
go.
I get
You
an
get your
extra
act
because I act
together.
together.
Yep.
So it'll be 2 darts. 1d4 plus 1. I don't think there's. Yeah, there's nothing else going on. Okay.
Okay. 7
so
points
they
of
are-
damage. How do you
7?
crit with magic missile?
You can't.
Okay.
No.
Oh no, yeah, it is 7.
Yeah.
I misread it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 7
It just
damage.
says the crit.
Okay, that was
that's
not
like
much.
the general
Okay.
damage.
That was underwhelming.
Kai, while grappled, can I still interact with stuff on my person, or am I like bound?
So
Like, are my
restrained-
hands
I think
tied?
restrained you can't.
I think there's a there's a flat DC you need to meet before you can do anything that has to do with manipulating things.
It's okay, Kai. I'm gonna use my special move.
I was hoping you
I'm
would.
scared.
Whatever
Special means.
And I'm gonna cast a spell, which I don't need to use any movement for. Mauryan
says-
opens her mouth.
Can
won't
attack
use
or
any
manipulate
actions with the
traits
attack or
except to
manipulate
attempt to
trait.
escape or force open your bond restrained.
Attack or manipulate trait. Well, maybe I'm not capable of doing that.
I mean, if it's just a
You're
verbal
flat-footed and you're
cast.
immobilized.
It
And you
is
can't use
literally
any
using
actions
just my
with the
mouth, so
attack.
I think it's probably fine.
Manipulate traits.
Yeah,
If you
I would
just
say-
talk, I think you should be fine because they're
So-
not like holding your mouth.
Mauryan
Oh,
opens her
yeah.
mouth while wrapped in, is it chains, Drag?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like literal.
she opens her
chain.
mouth and her tongue is this like 10-foot long, like, it's like slimy, horrible thing that just like
we have a lot of body manipulation
slurps
happening
out.
today.
And this spray of horrible like dark energy follows it and shoots in a line down the train car. And it's like dark and hot and like, yeah, just bad, sharp, negative energy.
As these grim tendrils
Grim tendrils, indeed.
shoot out.
Well, there it is.
All of these negative energy duplicates of this semi-anteater style wicked tongue shoots
Mhm.
out. So I need everybody to make me a fortitude save.
What the fudge?
Because it's in a line, so it hits like the car.
17. I don't think I make it.
That damage,
31.
though.
Oh,
I do make it.
That damage is horrible for that spell.
yeah.
I know. You could do so much more damage, but you did
Yeah.
11.
I rolled bad, but you
I'm
know
not-
what? The
I'm not
additional
complaining.
persistent bleed damage I will take.
Will be great.
Yeah.
So I
So
think
we have-
half of that, right?
17 from Kyoko. Yes. So with a success, you take half damage and no bleed.
I take all of it.
Mintala and Kyoko both take full damage and the bleed.
So every round I take how much?
6.
6.
Okay.
6. So,
So
would half
as
of this
this-
be 5 or 6? You round up or down?
It'd be down.
It's usually
as
down,
these
yeah.
tendrils shoot out, they pierce through the body of Mintala and Kyoko, but for Azuka, it goes through the hole that was made by the ice spike and only nicks certain sections as that negative energy goes into you and actually like interacts with the black lightning and has this moment of dissonance, and that's really where the damage comes from.
Yeah.
So, and I think I have one more because I have 3 actions, right? So
Mhm.
that's 2 actions, and I have one more.
Actually, for
action.
this round, you are slowed.
Oh, I am slowed. You're right, but I
So
can speak.
then-
I can speak as a free action, right?
Yes, you can. You can.
So I think she's just gonna say like, even if you kill me, it's already done.
She says that.
Fascinating.
Mhm.
I think Kyoko says, "What's already done?"
As you guys enter the cave, and the foom, foom, foom of the lights hits.
And she is like chained up, being pulled towards Asuka, and just she's laughing. She's just like,
boom, 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 boom. And the entire train engulfs in fire and pressure as from the front of the train, you hear something detonate. Hits head on the bottom of the floor as Kyoko wakes up again.
Ow! Oh, I'm up. I'm up. What happened?
Get out.
Oh,
Mintala.
whoa. Okay.
Mintala.
What?
Hurry, get on.
What's happening? Are we under attack?
In some ways, yes. In other ways, no. Hurry, both of you.
Everybody can
Hit-
reset
yeah.
their spells and hit points, by the way.
Oh, okay. I'm not bleeding anymore.
I wake up red.
Kyoko just
Oh, yeah, that feels better.
sniffs. I don't know. She's gonna try to find where this person was, and she
Okay, that
describes
would
it to the two of you too. We need. She's basically like,
We need to find Mauryan.
That
And
would
just
be
starts describing
survival.
who that is, but like you rolled like what?
That'd be a survival to track or to like find through a scent.
Ooh, I like that. She just starts sniffing. I like that. Yeah, yeah.
You had a vision? What are they doing?
I don't know, but I'm gonna keep an eye out.
27. Kyoko says,
I've lived this day many times, and they're gonna blow up the train. We gotta get to them and stop them before we get to the cave.
With a 27, you know exactly where Mauryan is, directly ahead in the observation car.
Kyoko's like sniffing while she's answering you in your heads, and she just she's just going. She's like bounding, like little fox with a bunch of tails, bounding forward.
It's a delightful scent, like a horrible grave dirt and like a little bit of dust mold.
As you are running out there, you
Yum.
see the scent doesn't go forward into the observation car. It actually goes up and over the top of the observation car. And you look up and you see the last bits of the dress for Mauryan just walking off the top.
Slipping out the side door and onto the roof.
Yep.
Kyoko points her tail up.
Yeah, I'll go up first, and I want to start climbing.
Before you even say, because is there like a ladder or something?
Yeah, there's a ladder off to the side, but it's
Okay.
It's just the rungs of it. There's not like a full protected ladder, so every shift that the train has, you go slow and careful usually.
Okay.
If you want to go very quickly, we can make an athletics or an acrobatics check too. Because I could see Azuka just parkouring their way up top.
Yeah, I think Azuka could be pretty quick with it.
I can tell you that Mauryan herself is very fast. Like, fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I think Azuka would.
We've seen.
We would. Yeah, Azuka will jump up. Not jump up, but like be quick with getting up there. If I need to roll for that.
Acrobatics.
Okay. 26.
You jump up, hit one side with your foot, bounce off the other or with some Assassin's Creed style jumping platform, Super Mario jumping off the sides. You hop your way up and you are ready. As you look up and you see Mauryan off in the distance, who turns around and you hear the thud as Azuka lands.
Yep. She turns to face you as soon as you're like on the roof. She says, I'm sorry, but I can't have you interfering. This train will not reach New York.
Oh, I'm afraid I'm security, so I can't let that happen. And I'm just gonna sprint at Mauryan.
Let's go for initiative here.
Yeah, sure.
That's so funny. Well, I'm afraid of security, so I can't let that happen.
Because we're getting short on time, we're going to do quick initiative. So we're just going to have
We'll run fast.
Azuka versus Mauryan, and then
Where's
all
my
of you will go on Azuka's turn, and then we'll just see who goes first between all
Oh,
of
okay.
you.
Yeah, we can do that.
I rolled a 30.
On the
Where's the
bottom
button?
right of the page.
Or we
The
just keep
perception, the
we
box
just
faces
keep elf
perception.
for
Oh,
next
there it
time.
is.
No, I'm just kidding.
Only a 17 for me.
Azuka goes first. So everybody gets an action before starting with Azuka. Then we're going to go. Azuka, Mintala. No, Azuka, Kyoko, Mintala.
I will. How far away from me are they right now?
40 feet.
40 feet.
Actually, with your
I'm going.
move speed, it would have been. It'd be 40 if you get the one action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. What's my speed? 25. I'm going to use one action to close that gap. I'm going to use my 25 feet of movement to close that gap a bit more.
Okay.
And then I'm going to whip out my chain to kind of grapple them again.
Let's
Okay,
go for it.
I don't know this.
Yeah,
Now
this
we're
is
at the
first time for
initiative,
me.
so it's going to be attack, then athletics.
Yes. Okay. Oop. 30 to hit.
Yeah,
Um,
that does hit.
And when they
And
get
then
within that 60-foot range, you do get that +1. So as you enter in, you see this tendril of a tattoo just
Just a small little bit of it visible.
Athletics. Not great. 14.
Acrobatics time. I don't get caught this time.
As you go to do that loop to grab and grapple, they just backflip out of it.
Damn it, stay still. And I'm just going to go for another one.
Go for it.
With my last action.
You have your multiple attack penalty here.
Yep. 26.
-4.
I already -4.
Oh, you already did it? Ooh, look at
Yeah.
you.
And again, athletics to try and grapple. Damn it, 17.
Those athletics rolls are not. You got 5 and an 8, my dude.
Acrobatics, we're out.
Damn it.
23.
Jeez.
She dodges.
Mauryan
She
OP.
definitely dodges. She gets clipped a couple of times by
Monks,
these
dude.
chains. She's looking a little like, you know, she gets bludgeoned, but she doesn't let it wrap around her, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Mhm. Did you know monks get expertise in all saving throws?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Oh,
Nice.
All right. So with that, Kyoko.
All right. It's like horrifying. I think Kyoko is going to spirit link with Azuka
Okay.
after what happened last day.
Mm-hmm.
Last today. Yeah.
And then is going to try to slow. Oh wait, I can't slow because that's 2 actions.
So you are still at the bottom of the train and cannot see Mauryan.
Okay.
Where you are now, you can't see Azuka either. So you'd have to jump up. We can say you can use an acrobatics to get up there and then spirit link if you want.
Okay, I'll do that.
Cool.
Yes, fight on a roof. Fight on a roof.
This is the classic fighting on the
It's
roof
kind
of
of
the
fun.
train
On the roof of the
as
train
cave is coming
while the
towards
cape
you.
is coming. Oh yeah, I love it. 19. Is that enough?
It is.
Okay. I'm still a wolf or like a fox.
Fox.
In fox
I would
form.
say you jump up onto one of the rungs of the ladder and then jump off with that.
Okay.
And you get up at the top, cast a spell to spirit link. So you're on the edge. You have
Yeah, I think Kyoko.
Azuka-
What you see is like Kyoko's on all fours, and then her tails are like all around her, kind of like giving her extra support. And you just see, like from her body, comes like this like wave of like blue flame, and it just goes like links to you.
Have
Ooh.
you
And
spirit linked
you can
with
describe how
this-
it attaches to you. Maybe it's not blue
Yeah, I was
anymore. I
gonna
don't
ask,
know.
have you spirit linked to Azuka before? Or was this the
I
first
tried to
time?
spirit link to you when you were getting demon
Oh yeah.
friended.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Or devil
Have you spirit
friended.
linked with someone before? Like just a person before?
What?
Do you think you have? Have you spirit linked with someone before?
Has
Do you think this
Kyoko?
is the- Yeah,
Never.
never. Okay. Okay, I guess then you won't notice anything strange. I guess you spirit link with Azuka.
So as the
I like
flames
that.
hit, it goes up into the body, kind of wreaths over it, and then the scales that you have from the transformation, the fire kind of goes in between that to give you like this neon glow onto that arm as your energy mingles with it, and you get this like black flame, this black and blue flame that like just flips around your arm.
Kind of like shivers a little bit because I think this is definitely the first time he's experienced anything like this. But look, turns around to see that it was Kyoko, and then kind of turns back to face Mauryan with a bit more confidence.
All right, then with that, Mentala.
okay. Is it? I want to try and get up onto the roof.
All right. With you, it's much easier because you have the double jump.
Is it just? Will it be just one action to do that then?
Yeah, we can say because you have those magic items, it's much easier for you.
Okay. Do I need to make a roll or anything, or am I just okay?
Make an acrobatics check, just because as you are doing this, when you solidify the air, you are still on like a moving train, so you have to push off as the platform is leaving behind you of that solidified air.
Okay. 26.
Nice.
Easy.
Okay. I
was
want
basically
to.
looking for a nat 1 on that. Like, that's the only way you would have failed.
Oh boy! And then I just fly off into the distance, and probably I'm fine, but no longer on the tray.
Yep,
I'm gonna Ray of Frost.
go for it. What's the range on that?
120 feet.
Easy.
Yep.
So,
Actually,
8 damage, but
that doesn't hit her.
Oh really? On a 27?
No.
What?
because of
Jesus.
So as more of you join in, you see the tattoo like growing larger along her and like limbs and stuff and like pulsing.
What the heck?
Oh no.
Yeah, there is some kind of like magic at play here.
Actually, though-
Shenanigans.
no, you're still 40 feet away. Okay, never mind.
Oh, okay. And then act together. I give Red one action. I've told him, go through the car, flank them.
You
And
see
he
this thump.
Charges through the train.
Goes through.
Nice. Okay.
I'm done.
All right. Now we
Okay,
go
so
up to Mauryan.
everybody's on the roof. Paint me a mental picture, Kai. Like, how wide is the roof? How close is everybody versus me? Like, I know
It'd be
Azuka's a little
15
closer.
to 20 feet wide. I would say you can either hit Azuka and Kyoko or Azuka and Mintala. With
They want to
a-
give us the tongue.
Oh my god.
I mean, I feel like somebody's been like in previous episodes, somebody's tried to tongue Mintala. So why don't we actually give Kyoko and Azuka?
Oh
yeah,
my
let's give it.
God.
Let's give it to Kyoko and Azuka. Yeah, that's fair. So we'll do a Grim Tendrils. Here it is.
Same thing as before, guys. Get that fortitude save as the black
Oh my
energy
gosh,
spirals out.
Jesus.
Yeah, I rolled poorly again. That's fine.
14.
Same as before.
24.
All right.
Okay. And then for my second action, I will bring that horrible tongue back around and whip Azuka with it. Just feet planted, tongue whipping.
And Fey influence allows for some fun stuff.
It sure does.
Fey influence is very fun. Yeah.
So okay, I didn't roll very well.
18
I
does
don't
not
think.
hit.
Yeah.
So the tendrils go out, slam into Azuka, slam into and pierce Kyoko. How does that work with, I think with Spirit Link, if it's that area?
I was just looking at the spirit link.
Okay. So,
I think I take on any pain that Azuka takes.
so you take both sets of damage.
If the target is
Take
below
both?
maximum hit points, it regains 2 hit points. You lose as many hit points as the target regained.
Oh, okay. So it's just you give them a bit of your essence every turn. It's not like you take their damage.
Yeah. It seems
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I take the damage.
All right, so you take 8 and you don't have persistent bleed. Kyoko takes 16 and does have 6 persistent bleed as these
Correct.
mortal wounds start opening up. And with that missed whip, that is your go. So Azuka. You're up.
Azuka reaches back, like despite there being a 15-foot distance between us, he reaches back, and then I'm going to use I believe it's called Dimensional Assault.
Yep.
Yes, as I swing to punch and disappear, and then reappear behind you to punch you in the back of your
I
head.
love it. I love it.
And let's see if it even hits. Do I have anything to help me here? No.
It does not.
14 does not hit. I'm
You
going
gain
to use
2
a hero
HP
point.
also.
Yep.
Oh, awesome.
You
I'm gonna use
gain
a
2
hero
HP.
point. Yeah, I'm gonna use a hero point to reroll. Let's see if
Go
that
for it.
one hits. Put me at the 2 HP. 25.
It does not.
14 does not hit with the ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
27 didn't hit.
Yeah.
What the
As I
bananas?
just as I miss, and I
So
think
now you're
within...
you're in melee with me right now, or
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
as I
afraid of
miss-
why Elf is asking me that.
I'm trying to plan my turns because I gotta move. You know.
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I'm then wondering what you're thinking.
Miss, and then what am I going to do next? I am going to, with that move, going to
I
go
didn't mean to
with
click
an. I'm going to go and try and swing with a roundhouse kick using the momentum of my miss to attack. I'm going to put a spell strike into this kick as well.
So
Okay.
what's the action for Dimensional Assault and the attack? So that's 2 actions there.
Nope, just one.
Is that one?
Dimensional
Cool.
Soul is teleportation attack for one
Okay.
action.
Perfect.
So
So you got
17.
2 left.
So yeah, I'm gonna go for a roundhouse kick and try
Okay.
to hit and see if I do with your high AC at the moment. 25 again. God damn.
Nope.
Unable.
And yeah, that misses. That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. So you have Azuka behind you, and then Kyoko, you're up.
Kyoko is going to try to use temporal distortion on whatever Mauryan is.
Just the elf.
An
Just
elf.
the elf.
Sure, just an elf.
Mm-hmm.
Roll your DC and then we'll, roll
yeah.
your save first, and we'll see how
save?
that
Yeah.
works.
All right.
And then we can RP what that
It
looks
does
like.
work.
16
works?
is a failure.
Woo!
It's a failure.
You feel this pain in your mind as you are like forced to see all of the bad decisions you've made that has led you to this place.
Ooh.
She, strangely, is grinning widely as if with no care in the world.
You also get to roll a d4 to see
Oh, right.
how
Yeah.
clumsy and feeble and stupefied you are.
So I gotta roll a d4.
Yeah.
Mhm.
4.
Okay, so now Kyoko gets to choose on a 4
Yeah.
what condition is applied.
Ooh.
Between clumsy, enfeebled, stupefied.
What are the differences? Crap.
Clumsy is dexterous, enfeebled is strength, stupefied is mental.
Is mental, yeah.
Does it affect the saves?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like enfeebled would
Okay,
be a
that's
-1 to any strength or attack. Dex would be to AC. Then I believe
I think we want to stop the
will
strength stuff, right? Like that's what's hurting us.
Stupefied will also make it harder for them to cast spells because
Yeah.
they'll have to roll a flat DC before every spell.
Oh,
Ooh. Are they even rolling spells though?
I
Burning
can tell
Tendrils
you
was
that.
a focus spell.
Yeah.
Just because we
Okay.
had to go everything with like the am I restrained? Can I still? We talked a lot about it being a spell.
Yeah, okay. Then I guess if she's seen mostly you doing spells, then I would do the spell one. That's stupefied?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so you're stupefied. Then
All right.
Mandala.
okay. This is where the limits of my Pathfinder knowledge come in. I have Magic Missile at level 2. Can I cast it at level 3 to get the heightened effect?
Are you a spontaneous caster?
What does that mean?
So the differences of like casting, if you're a spontaneous caster, it's kind of like D&D, but if you're not a spontaneous caster, you have to pre-plan what spells have what spell.
So if you're preparing
I
spells,
think
for
I might be
the
limited to my slots. I think because
Yeah.
I have Magic Missile as a level 2 specifically, so I think I can't do that then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In that case, I'm going to Scorching Ray.
I also still get 2 more actions.
Oh,
That was only a one
Oh.
action thing.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
My bad. Go for it.
Also,
please
you
go.
see-
I have no plan.
You see Kyoko's tips of the tail turn darker black. It's almost like a purpley black at the tips. And their orange gets a little bit darker. My curse might be moving a little forward.
No.
She is going to,
But to hear what does the fox say?
yeah, what does this box say? I think this is 2 actions. Yes. She's going to do Manifold Lives.
What?
Which is part of my curse thing.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your will save.
Okay. 19.
So with a failure, and if you're okay with me taking this one for the
Please.
description, Maggie.
Go ahead. I rolled like such low damage. It's 19 damage, but it's like I rolled 1.
I feel you.
So you take 66 mental damage and full damage for 1 minute. While the affected creature must attempt another save at the start of its turn. On a failure, it's slowed for 1 for that turn, and you sob uncontrollably as you relive the alternate timeline of being exploded in the tunnel. As you guys see these burn marks just spark up all over her body. as part of the dress also chars away as the timelines are forced to create this thing, this anomaly. Anything else?
No, that's my turn.
Cool,
Sorry.
It's all good. If I see you,
Okay.
I'll just move on now. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I made Kyoko hungry. I'm really sorry.
I'm g-
I know. I'm so hungry. I'm just trying to eat it.
I'm gonna Scorching Ray.
Go for it.
I'm gonna use 3 actions. Wait, no, I'm gonna spend 2 actions. I can only hit Mauryan with one of them because they have to be to different targets. But using 2 actions makes them stronger, so I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's normally it's a spell attack roll. On a hit, it's 2d6. That becomes 4d6 because of the 2 actions.
Okay.
And then also by heightening it, I had another 2d6, so it's 66.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Has to hit though. 22 is not good.
It is not a hit,
No.
unfortunately.
No.
I am going to hero point it.
Okay.
Mauryan, if you want to.
25.
Still not a hit, unfortunately.
Balls. 2
anybody
really
else want-
powerful Scorching Rays go flying off into the distance.
Does anybody else want to use their hero point to have another reroll?
Ooh. Yeah, you can have mine. Go for it.
Hey.
funsies.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
No.
15. Oh, God.
Nope, didn't help you.
I'll tell you what, Bentham, you can have one of mine as well. Go
Oh,
ahead.
really? Oh, okay. Just
You can use one of
this
your
is,
villain
now it's
points?
just pity.
Why not?
Okay.
Sure.
That's how confident. That's how confident Elf is that he's not gonna hit her.
Blast. Every
Oh,
single
God.
time, it's just dodge.
I think it's gotten worse. Like,
Kyoko momentarily
one that was
sees all the
kinda close,
futures, and they're
getting
all
closer.
misses.
Yep.
There's no future where I land the blow. I have 2 more actions. I'm gonna give them to Red.
And he's going to charge.
Red
the far
continues through the train. With that, they should now be directly underneath Mauryan. Could they
Okay.
attack through the train roof?
side. With what?
Claw hands? I don't know.
I will say there would need to be a strength check or an athletics check to get through the roof. It's going to have to be high because this is metal.
And he would have my attack negative, I think. How about instead he carries on through the train? He's going to try and
there you
get out
go.
the other
Okay.
side and climb up over.
Yeah. With the
I was
use
like,
of
it would
both
be
of those,
cool
you get,
to go through the roof, but the rolls aren't with me.
It's not practical,
Perfect.
yeah.
with that, you do get to the far side of the train, and he's able to grab onto the ladder to get up for the next turn.
Yeah, he
Mauryan.
gets 2 single actions, so 1 to move and then I guess 1 to climb, kind of deal.
Okay, so if I'm remembering positions correctly, our dear Kyoko is 40 feet away from me,
Mhm.
has climbed up the ladder, and has not moved since they climbed up the ladder.
Correct.
Right?
Zuko's right
So-
behind you.
I'm
I
like,
am going to. Well, I have to make a will save because I might be slowed. To
True.
be fair. So here we go.
and you are
I'm good.
stupefied
I am
3.
I am stupefied 3, but that's only for mental stuff, so we're
Mhm.
good. Um,
Oh wait, and I was supposed
I-
to take 6 damage.
Yes, on
I'll
your
do
turn.
that.
I am going to Abundant Step, which is a 40-foot teleport from where I am to anywhere. And I'm going
no.
to Abundant Step next to Kyoko, and I'm going to set into my stance and then Tiger Strike Kyoko, attempting to push her off the train.
Rude.
So Mauryan disappears into this reddish mist,
Yep,
And then
sulfurous
reforms.
reddish, yeah.
then reforms right next to Kyoko, crouches into a stance. Lunges in.
She's like covered in the flaming pockmarks of the previous life, and she's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, "Nice to see you," because she's seen the previous lives, right? She's like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I know who you are now."
Yeah.
Yep.
So I need to make an attack for Tiger Strike. Let me make sure that I'm doing it correctly. I should have looked this up while it was not my turn. I'm the worst.
And you had -3 to that will save. Oh yeah, but that doesn't matter. 30.
I'm
Insane.
Still, So it is an attack, and then if I hit, it does a shove. Not an attempt, but it just does it if I hit you.
Is that a spell?
It is not.
No.
No, the
It's a
thing
monst-
that made her
It is
disappear.
it's key point ability,
Oh,
so it's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a feat. It's a class action.
Yeah.
Does a
Awesome.
27 hit you?
Yeah.
What do I do for damage here? Kai, what do I click?
Can I
It
make?
should be on that
There it is.
strike.
Okay.
So it's 12 damage and a shove.
Oof.
And with everybody else around, it would actually be +3 to that.
That's true. Yeah. So plus 3.
So
Plus
it'd be
3
15
damage?
total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
15
For
total.
every combatant, Mauryan gets a little stronger.
Okay. Lovely.
It's awkward when you're a summoner.
I'm not looking
Right.
great, guys.
And how far are they shoved?
I don't know what a basic shove is in Pathfinder,
Shove
but it
is
says
5 feet.
shove.
5 feet.
So I assumed since they climbed the ladder and didn't move, they're on the edge of the train. So
Believe. Let me try.
Depends on how it is, because I was like right in front of
Yeah.
the. So
I would say you went up, and then you've been using everything to either help Azuka or to attack, so you're still within that 5 foot of there. So I'm gonna say make me a acrobatics. Actually, make me a reflex save to not fall off the side or fall off the back.
ooh, okay. 29 nat 20.
Oh!
I'm
All
gonna
the
say
time.
I was
as
like,
you
oh,
get shoved.
are you gonna run over me
you-
with the train now? He has run over me with every vehicle in this game.
To be fair, he already ran over you with a train.
True, but
Yeah.
that wasn't of my volition. At least this I would have.
True.
I have some power over.
With that, you get shoved, backflip in your fox form. Are you still in your fox form? Or are you in
Yes,
human
I'm
form?
still in my fox form because I was holding my. Remember, I was holding myself down
Yes.
with the tails.
You pop up as you get shoved, and you land on the far side train. You jump over the gap as you've been shoved.
Oh,
So
I
you
love
said
that.
You
She's
said
like-
the train was 15 feet wide, right? Kai?
Yeah.
So to continue my turn, following this acrobatic fox, I 10-foot shift, which is just part of my attack because I am fancy monk with tiger stance, and try again on the other side.
So the monk leaps after and is able to get one last hit in.
And that's gonna be my whole turn. So here we go. Oh, not
That
so
one.
good. That one.
Oh, RNG.
Ooh,
I love you.
Yeah.
Make me a saving throw here. Make me a
Yeah,
reflex
well,
save.
Me?
Reflex.
And that
Okay.
one.
All right.
Oh.
24.
Okay. With a nat 1 and that you land on the other side, you lose your footing and stumble and you twist off the side. And as you step, the slippers of spider climb that you have latch onto the top
Yeah.
and your body whips over to the side and you are now like head down.
Standing
holding-
perpendicular on the side of the train. Yeah.
foot, you're going off the side and your head is like face down and you're like, your knees are still going up, but you're like upside down off the side.
All right.
So with that,
And that's where
Kyoko-
my turn ends.
Yep, that is where your turn ends. With that, Azuka.
Yeah. Wow. Am I gonna do it? My will saves aren't great. But
I'm
Someone
sweet,
just
sweet,
really
I'm sweet, sweet
beat up
40 feet
Kyoko.
away. Yeah.
yeah. Someone did beat up
And I'm gonna
Kyoko.
keep doing it.
I am gonna. Oh, I'm not to steal from a class's slogan, but I'm gonna rage. I'm gonna get a little bit angry as I draw upon anger.
How far into it are you going?
I think I'm only gonna go one level. I think one level is all I need right now. Actually, Kyoko, how bad is Kyoko looking?
Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm bleeding quite a bit.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll go level 3.
Okay.
I'll go level 3. Oh boy, this could be bad. What's the save? What's the will save? What's the one? Oh wait, it's 10 plus 9 level plus anger. Okay. Level 5, 15, and level 3, 18.
So you need to beat an 18 will save to not lose control.
I believe in you.
There we
Oh,
go.
Hey, gets it.
It would not have been good if I lost control. Okay, cool. As I see this, as I see you teleport and strike Kyoko once and then twice, you're just narrowly managing to keep on the train after the first. Azuka takes one step forward, and I think even from the distance you've moved, the temperature rises pretty intensely. You can feel the heat, and you can smell the sulfur in the air.
Actually, really quick, it is the beginning of Azuka's turn, which means you get healed by 2 points, and Kyoko takes 2 points of damage because of Spirit Link.
True.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You heal and I take 2.
Oh, that's very interesting. And I think as this happens, you feel Kyoko like. Best way to explain is like you initially had like you had Azuka on like a fishing line, and when he got angry, all of a sudden, whatever you have on the end of the line became a lot heavier. Like whatever you're connected to just increased in density is the best way I can describe it.
Nice.
As flames embers kind of flicker off of Azuka, and his eyes turn. I think his eyes deaden. I think they look dead, very similar to how they looked in the past today for Kyoko. And the scales kind of become more pronounced on his arm, and you can actually see it kind of creeping up his neck and face, and even on his other arm, which didn't originally have those scales. And I'm going to use my action to charge forward 25 feet. And then that would put me how far away from
15 feet away.
15 feet, perfect. I'm gonna lash out with my chains again to not bind, just to attack Mauryan.
I'm gonna say because of the situation here, if you crit, then Mauryan's gonna have to make a save or fall off the side.
Yeah, I mean I'm on the side of the train, so.
Yeah. They are barely hanging on the side.
Perfect. Do they count as flat-footed then?
I would say so.
Okay, perfect.
They're in a precarious situation.
Let me add. So that'd be. So add 6 to whatever this is, because I don't know how to.
Yeah,
edit
it's
this.
all good. For a
Let's
monk,
hope I hit.
flat-footed is not good.
20 doesn't hit.
14 still
Oh
does not,
no.
Does anybody have any hero points left?
No, I'm
What
gonna.
they've been saving?
I imagine not. So I'm gonna attack again.
Go
my
for it.
second attack.
I'm sorry I spent everyone's 0 points.
Good.
It's okay.
Whew. The 23.
17 is good. 23 is yeah, it's good enough for
Yeah,
sure.
because I didn't add the bonuses.
That's
Okay,
what I
that hits. So I slam into you with this attack, and I'm gonna
So you pull yourself
really-
like towards me, or is it
I just
the
slam
chain?
my.
Okay, it's just
I
the
just use my
chain.
chain and slam it downwards at you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it deals. So I did 3.
And as this happens,
Does
as
this?
the chain comes down, it bursts into flames. As in
Just about to ask that.
the rage builds and latches onto the weapon and ignites in the blue flame of the spirit link.
Okay, that's new to me. As I slam this down,
Energies
and
are all messing around right now. I thought it'd be fun.
Yeah. You take. So that's a 6. That's a 7, 13 plus. Number 4. So
Also,
7.
Kyoko, you start to feel a little angry as this is happening since you are connected.
17 points of damage. and I think six of it is fire. Everything else is like bludgeoning.
Mauryan is looking very unhealthy. I can tell you that much.
Well, let me help you look even more
Yeah.
unhealthy.
Yeah.
So slam down, and Kyoko, the anger starts to build. The closer that Azuka gets, you feel this like emanating anger.
Yeah, I think because I'm cursed right now, plus have the spirit link, you actually see like Kyoko's like orange eyes almost like look red, and the flames on the end of her tails kind of flicker.
And with
she's
those flames, there's a
going to
little
do
bit of that black energy that Azuka has.
impending doom. She's going to sift into Mauryan's mind and try to find the most gruesome death. You are
I will
also
make-
stupefied, right?
So minus
Yeah.
3, but it's still a pass.
I'm going to force you to re-roll that
Okay.
with my hero point.
Do it.
Oh, you got better.
Seriously? How?
Ah!
Okay, even on a failure or even on a success, the creature is unaffected for that round. On the second round, you become flat-footed, and on the final round, you become frightened 1.
Yep.
And in of the third round, you'll take half damage.
Okay.
And that is, I'm casting this at the heightened, so it's actually 8d6. So you'll take. Oh, I rolled so bad. You'll take half of that.
So 33
Cool.
is really good.
16. Damn.
Noted.
Remind me-
But
remind me not to mess with-
that's on like 3 rounds from now, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Not great.
I don't know that I'll last that long. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. I was hoping it would be a success, and that would be it. This would be it. That's my turn.
It's Mentala next,
You
right?
do start to feel this sense of impending doom over your mind. Mentala, you're up.
I'm going to avoid rolling things that I need to roll high on. I'm going to magic missile, triple action.
Go for it.
Yeah,
That's fair.
let's go.
The easy
When in
damage.
doubt,
Easy
It's
mode.
plinking away.
You
but
might
maybe there'll
get
be
it
enough.
actually. Like
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's plinking, but maybe plinking's all we need. Four.
Also, I take another 6 damage.
They were all 4. All 3 were 4s, 12 damage.
it's enough.
Oh,
Yes,
All right.
redemption.
So with that, Mentala, how do you end this fight?
As Red is now a million miles away and like charging up with his single action, I'm just tells like I'm gonna use what I know. It's not much, but it hits, and this thing is too slippery. So I just like put everything into a triple magic missile and just just try and like boom 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 like knock them loose and then more loose and then off.
Yeah, if I may, yeah, like the magic missiles hit, and it's like one after the other that like nail Mauryan in the chest, and she tries to recover, but it's clear that she doesn't have like a good angle. The wind is like whipping past her on the train, and like one of the boots comes undone, and then the other, and she like topples backwards and like hits the ground hard somewhere, and disappears like immediately. You know what I mean? Like the train.
Oh,
No.
are we still?
are we back?
We good?
That was the weirdest thing I've ever
It's a blank
experienced.
screen for me right now. Let's see if it.
Yes, still. Oh, I think we're back.
Okay, we did come back.
Okay,
Oh,
we're
dear.
back.
That was crazy. I don't know where we left off for chat.
Where'd we lose
I think
it?
we're good. I think Chad's yelling, "Eat this!" So I think that they saw like the kill.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
missiles, falls, hits the ground, disappears because the train moves on, and yeah, sense of impending doom. Okay.
Yeah. The energy that was blasted into you from Kyoko was not into you. As it hit, the orb that you held starts vibrating with energy. As you look down, all of the mist swirling inside of it, the glass cracks, and you just have, what's your last words?
Last words from Mauryan. Can they hear this, or am I just
No,
like, yeah,
this is
no.
purely off camera.
I think she's just like, Zura, forgive me.
Boom, as this massive detonation just flares up into the skies of a missile had dropped. And you guys see off in the distance the fire billow up into the sky, and this concussion wave rocket past you as you have successfully not restarted this time loop.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, that was ridiculous.
As the camera goes up into the sky as we see our heroes on the top of the train, as the cloud smoke starts to billow up, goes over the camera, and we end there.
Ooh. You know, we're just gonna be even more scared. Like, it just keeps getting scarier the more different guests we get. I'm horrified.
What? You're welcome.
Oh my gosh.
The guests are progressively more evil.
Yes. I love it. This was
Kai
cool.
was basically like, I need you to play like a mini boss, and I'm like, okay.
Nice.
We will be talking a ton about this in the after show, I'm sure. This is going to be a good one, but I know since we're running a little late, that after show might be kind of short, just an FYI for you all. But we want to thank you all for supporting us and watching today. If you don't know, we are sponsored by Roll20. Thank you, Roll20, for sponsoring us. You can check out all of their goodness, and if you're curious how we're doing our character sheets, how we've been rolling dice, and all of our spells and things like that, that's all through Roll20, which is pretty darn awesome. Also, we do have some merchandise. If you want to rep us, you can head on over to designbyhumans.com/shop/roll4 to get yourself a cool mug so you can have something to drink during the show, because if you are like me, you'll just get hungry. We also want to thank our supporter today, Hero Sheep. Thank you, Hero Sheep. You're badass. We appreciate you. And of course, if you want to become a supporter just like Hero Sheep, you can head on over to our Patreon and become a legend tier or above. And not only does that help support an episode, it also gets you access to a privately GM'd game, which Kai has been GMing. So you can, the one and only, you can have him GM you, and it may affect the world that we are playing in, or possibly an episode. You never know what he's got cooking up. And of course, we have all kinds of other goodies, like the after show that we're going to be recording right after this. We also have our character sheets up after our level up, so you want to see those. There's some things that people haven't used, although there was some stuff today that was revealed, which is interesting. And we also have our custom items that will be coming up. Kai is going to be putting a one sheet with those together. And of course, you can support us here live on Twitch. Twitch subs, if you have Amazon Prime, are free. So, you know, be kind and generous and offer us that'd be awesome. And that gets you access to the VODs in advance, as well as emotes, and you can become a YouTube member to get some of those emotes as well. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or a Patreon supporter, you get access to our private Discord, where I'm sure people are going to have some questions and thoughts about today's episode. And of course, there's a lot of non-monetary ways to support us: watching us live here on Twitch, making clips, watching us on YouTube, subscribing, liking, commenting, following us on Twitter and Facebook, liking, sharing, commenting, retweeting, all of those things. It helps us. And with that, I want to give everybody here an opportunity to say where you can find them at, because not only are they amazing, our peers here on Roll4, but they do a lot of other great things on the internet. And so I would like to give an opportunity to our guest. Oh my gosh, Distracted Elf. Where can people find you? What are you up to?
All right, I'm going to speed run the same thing I did before, Distracted Elf on Twitch and Twitter, and I am currently writing an RPG called The Gloom Beneath. You can check that out at gloombeneath.com, I think it is, just for some art. Yeah, it's cool. Check it out. There's also a Twitter.
Maybe you'll see it here on Roll4
at Gloom Beneath, and we'll talk.
Yeah, we gotta talk. And of course, Mentala, played by Bentham. Where can people find you at when you are not pew-pewing the boss mans?
You can find me on Twitch and on YouTube and terribly named channels with various variations on Mangled Pork. And we do Baratron multiplayer on Sundays with whoever wants to play. Who's a streamer or a friend of a streamer, and at some point, sometimes I do lore videos about Horizon Forbidden West on the YouTube for some reason now. Don't know how that happened. That's pretty much it, to be honest. I'm here.
All right. Next, we got Drac playing the one and only Azuka. Where can people find you at when you're not getting staked by a giant, I don't know, ice. Was it an ice cube or like an ice?
It was like an ice spear or something.
Magical
Yeah,
ice
ice
spear. Come on.
Yeah, it's fine. He walked it off. It was great afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm Drac or Draconics. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I'm a teacher, performer, producer, writer, everything teacher related I am doing or will be doing. You can find me on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern over on Demi playing RPG in a campaign called Enemy of My Enemy, which is a Hunter the Reckoning Vampire the Masquerade crossover, where vampires and hunters have to work together to defeat a mutual threat. And it's going to get spicy because the vampires and hunters are going to be meeting next episode, so do not miss it. I'm in a bunch of other stuff, but just follow me on Twitter to figure out what those are and when those are happening. Today was fun and terrifying.
Yeah. And of course, the one and only Kai, where can people find you at when you are not traumatizing us all? I saw you back there typing in the middle of
I don't know what you're
scenes.
talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, definitely
you can
no
find
back
me on-
channels.
Oh yeah. You can find me on all the big T's of social media, Twitch, TikTok, and Twitter. I do voice stuff every now and then. I stream from time to time. And yeah, it's going to be fun. I'll
Right.
keep it short.
I'm
And
Margaret
Maggie,
Crone.
where
You
can
can
people
find me
find you?
at Margaret Crone in all of the places. I do lots of things on the internet. And tonight I will be playing, I believe it's Tabletop Titties, 2Ds, not T's. And I will be playing a potential vampire. It will be fun. So come hang out with us over there. And with that, we're going to go record an after show. Doodles.
Bye-bye.